Checkity check. Oh, the gain is down. Check, check, check. And I don't hear the music. Have y'all been sitting here in silence? That's not okay. Where did the music go? Come on. I'm sorry. Sitting here in silence? What kind of abuse was I putting on you guys? It should be playing. Here we go. Good old audio is the devil once again for no reason at all. The music is playing, but there. Every time I play the music, it would turn on the speaker. And every time I turn the speaker off, it would stop the music. So maybe you did hear some music. Okay, thank you, Misty. Yeah. All right. Good, you guys. I did something right. It happens. It happens. One sec. Getting the Twitter posted, and then we're going to do this thing. Happy NFTuesday. Droppp Talk. Yep, we're going to keep talking about it. Droppp Talk. Disney Pinnacle. I learned some new things. I can't wait to share. And a free NFT for everyone. Post. Bingo bango. Perfect timing with the song. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy NFTuesday. How the heck are you? Hope you're doing well. I do not have the free NFT up, but I can work on that. I got an image for it. One sec. That's one way to work a walking miracle. It has a mind of its own. I have several colorful metaphors I would love to throw at it. It is the most infuriating thing in all of streaming. Hands down. Like, undisputed. Like, why is it so difficult? I don't get it. Here's your free NFT for the day. See if anybody can give me what it's based on. It's going to be moving. Arthur Steven, what's happening? I don't do the Discord thing, Arthur. This is going to sound really stupid, right? I know people love their Discord groups. I'm not a fan. Not a fan, so I don't use it. But I do share information now publicly to everyone on Twitter about my streams, about the free NFTs, all that stuff, Arthur. So if you want to jump on and follow me on Twitter, ! Twitter in the chat. I just find Discord to be a difficult... It seems simple, right? If you're into one thing, two things, three things, but as soon as you get into 20 plus Discords, it gets very tricky, and you have to go search for information. There we go. Nadu6 got it. No, what? Comic Zombie got it first. Comic Zombie got it first. Form works. Thank you guys so much. Savage, thank you for the bits. I appreciate you. Nadu also called it, so did Monster Pete, Pedro, and Misty. Uka said I got a cowboy hat the other day in Rocket League. Thought of you. Oh, nice. I have the cowboy hats and the cowboy hat goal explosion, which I do use that, but I took the cowboy hat off the car a while back. It's maybe time to get back to it, you know? Maybe. Hey, Priscilla's in the house. What's up, Priscilla? How are you now? Hope you're doing well. Getting closer to New York Comic Con. We're just weeks away. I'm so excited. The resurrection of Sully. I didn't really go anywhere. I don't know. Did I play the arcade? We're gonna dive in and talk Droppp, so we might as well dive in and talk Droppp. Talk Droppp. I apparently lost the ability to speak, so maybe this is the resurrection you speak of. Mohammed Mohsen, how are you over there on YouTube? Thank you for being here. If you're on Twitter and you're chatting, well then wow. Who are you even? Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm looking to see if anybody... Rarely does anybody chat there. It's a great platform, but the live is just not a great live experience. I do follow this guy, Doodles. No, he's part of the Doodles project. He may even be the guy that started Doodles. I don't know. But I enjoy watching his content. And he gets quite a bit of interaction on Twitter as he goes through and live chats about what's going on in the NFT space. I think that's really good use. There's a lot of NFT folks in the Twitters, in the X world. Yeah, you asked, did I participate in Droppp Arcade? So I struggled with this decision for days. And over the weekend, I thought about it a lot. And Sunday on the way home, I'm like, tomorrow I'm going to play in this golf tournament. I'm getting up at the crack of dawn. I'm going to be busy all day. I'm not going to be on my phone and being rude to the people in my team. So I'm going to make a decision Sunday night. Did I participate in Droppp Arcade or not? And I said, okay, self. I said this out loud. Mark, 150. I'm going to look, and if 150,000 points seems like it'll win, I'm in. If it doesn't, I'm out. And I opened it up and it was already over 150, closed the computer, walked away. I'm keeping my NFTs. I'm not going to burn half of my NFTs, half of my better NFTs, just for the purpose of getting the pop. Now, I had to make a decision, and I'm playing the long-term gamble. And I have not looked. I'm anxious and scared to look to see what the value of my NFTs are today. I would imagine that during all this madness that started with a video on YouTube about Droppp being done, and I have words on that, I've already lost like $1,500. I'm guessing it's probably more like $2,000 worth of value now, but it's a temporary problem. It may get worse. It may get better. I'm gonna look right now. I am down. Actually, it's about the same. Hasn't changed since yesterday, which I find shocking. And somehow I have 2 new coins in my wallet that I did not. That's interesting. I don't know how I got these coins. Unless somebody sent me something. Let's see. Funko is revealing. I want to take a look at the New York Comic Con stuff that's being revealed, and they have that Orko, which I must have, and the V-Friends pops. Very cool. Yeah, Priscilla just talked about them. I'm very excited. I'm going to go first thing over to Gary V's V-Friends booth, because I'm excited. This will be my first opportunity to attend a con where he's at. Talk drop in the drop. Let's not let it flop. I like it. Tanner said arcade was stressful yesterday, even though I had plenty of room to spare at the end. But at what cost? Like, I mean, you did great, and I'm happy for you. You're going to get that pop, which could be limited to one of 666 pieces, because 333 for season 1, 333 for season 2. But before we go any further, I want to make this statement. I'm muting the music for this. This is important. Droppp has still not made an official announcement that all of the Funko Digital Pop and Droppp activities are done. They have not made an official announcement that it's done. We are living in rumors and a few pieces of information that we've received. The 2 things we know to be true: layoffs at Funko, which included some of the Droppp team, and an email from Droppp in response to certain people for customer service stating, yes, confirming some people have been laid off. I guess 3 things then. And Droppp Arcade Season 3 is not happening. That's all we know. The rest is merely speculation and rumor and jumping to conclusions. And I personally do not think it is completely over. Maybe I'm holding on to a little bit of hope that doesn't exist, but I'm holding on to it nonetheless. And I think a lot of people are going to regret decisions that they made. Maybe they won't. I don't know. That's up to them. I did burn 1 NFT for participation. Yeah, I did take care of that a few weeks ago. I entered one of the mini Droppp Arcade games. But I personally, I'm one of the weirdos. I know I'm a weirdo. I know I'm different. But sometimes that's really suited me in life, like collecting Funko Pops in 2011, 2012, 2013 when it started. I like the NFTs. I collected the NFTs to collect the NFTs and get the bonus of the physical pops. But I like the NFTs. I love a digital collection. I love having a wallet I can log into online and collect things from licenses that I like that are also Funko. You know, I've given you guys my feelings on this before, but I gotta keep saying it because every time I open up a video on YouTube or a tweet or an Instagram post, it's like Droppp is dead. Well, Droppp is not. There's no coffin. There's no service. We don't know. We really don't know. So make your speculations and your guesses if you will, but you're basing your decision making on what? Fourth Curator, thank you for subscribing with Prime, 42 months. Pop and Duo said, made the same decision. I burned 320 points. Don't think I made the cut. No, don't think you did at 320. Man, that video can jump off a short cliff. I will say one positive thing about that video, and is it did get a conversation going that if the right comments are made and the right people see it, they may use that to make decisions about what they do moving forward over at Droppp. But I stand by this, and that is, if a company is ready to reveal information about something, they will reveal it. And until they reveal it, it is not anyone's responsibility or duty to tell us all about it. An anonymous email can be fake. An anonymous email could be from an angry employee who was just laid off who really doesn't know what's going on. An anonymous email could be valid information, but it's not the information we need to get. I would encourage Funko, if you watch this, maybe you're thinking, hey, this Sully guy, he gets it. We appreciate him saying words like this. Well, hey, also, tell us something. You are leaving us lingering. You have seen the rumors. You know what people are talking about. It's your responsibility, if you think us fans matter at all, to tell us what the hell's going on. Rare Individual said, oh, wait, here, hold on. It's clipping it. 64 wallets with over 200,000 points and 104 wallets between 100,000 and 199,000 that missed the 3-3 cutoff. The 3-3 cutoff. Ouch. Ouch indeed. I knew it was going to be a tough game. I'm glad I didn't play. Mohammed says, is there any chance that the NFT market will get a rise? I think what you're asking is, will there be value in the NFTs going forward? We don't know the answer to that. It's purely speculation. But here's the thing, and I said this the other day, and I'll break it down to a short version because I'm a wordy person. Digital collectibles from Funko, all these NFTs, the coins, all that we've been collecting, they are licensed, limited edition, guaranteed not to be faked, and they will be around for a long, long time. Majority of them are still just on the Wax block or on the Wax blockchain also, so that you can move them over and continue to collect as long as you want. Funko can't delete those. There are the Droppp exclusive ones that we still need to find out about. That's part of what I want Funko to tell us is what they're gonna do going forward. Yeah, and great point, Comic Zombie. A lot of people just panic burned, and that may work to their advantage, and they may laugh at me in 6 months, and I'll be like, "You're right." But my guess is, no matter what. It's not a guess. I know no matter what, I have some collectibles that I like. The only difference between a pop, I'm pointing back behind me, there's some over here. Let's take an SDCC exclusive pop from 2012, 2013. When Funko was done making that pop and then put it out in the world, it existed. And it continued to exist, and it still exists in many collections, and they change hands all the time. The exact same thing can be said that is true of the digital collectibles, but guess what? We know when ones are burned, i.e. destroyed, lost. If it were a physical pop in someone's house fire, we wouldn't know that, but we know it on the blockchain, right? We know if it's been destroyed or burned. We know exactly what wallets it's been through. We have proof on the blockchain that it is real, that is authentic, that is non-fungible. Sorry to use the NFT acronym. I know that's triggering to a lot of people. But it is guaranteed 100% real. It is up to us, the fans, on whether or not these things have value. It is always, I come back to this every time, and I know like at least half of you are like, oh, here he goes with the supply and demand. It's about supply and demand. Always. That doesn't change. It is always about supply and demand. The supply has been dwindling. Now, what will happen with the demand? Right now, the demand is going down. A lot of people are like, it's dead, it's done, what do I care? This thing's gonna have no value, I'm out of here, peace out. They're burning, they already burned, they're giving them away, they're selling them cheap, or they're walking away from their wallet and they're not gonna come back anytime soon. They may never come back. That's on them, that's their choice. Will there be a demand? That's up to us, the fans. And if there is a demand with a lower supply, that equals values going up. That we gotta see what happens in time. Miss Fancy Shirt, you sent me the coins? Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. That was very sweet. Misty said the value of her collection went 4,100 to 3,500. You've felt the pain. Comic Zombie says, I'm happy with the pop though, so he must have gotten it. I'm way behind on chat. I know this. This happens a lot, gang. It's nothing new. I didn't burn mine because it got away from me. Well, there you go. That might have saved you in the long run. Comic Zombie, this is entirely true. They may just adjust their output and methods, which I hope they do, and still be around, says Comic Zombie. Peking, rumors of our services ending may or may not be exaggerated. Wait, was that you put it in quote marks, but what's the source on that? Is that an actual thing, Peking, or are you just playing around? Was that a /s or an actual quote? I saved all my Beast Boys, though. Well, there you go. You're Beast Boy rich. Miss Fancy Cherry, I had 2 series coins left after Arcade closed, so figured you'd... Hey, thank you. That was very sweet, Miss Fancy Cherry. Comic Zombie says, I found a great deal on the AF1 Grail. That is April Fool's. He should be arriving today with the drop shirt. Nice. I was sitting pretty at rank 112 and ended at 198, so I'm happy. All right, you got it. That's awesome. Tarjaran Puma, if Funko wasn't ready to announce it, then they likewise shouldn't have spurred the rumors by removing Droppp from the website. That was a bad move. I think they may have done it thinking no one was going to notice, or, and I'm going to tell you this, I've said this a lot of times, you guys think these companies have it figured out and that they've got a game plan and that whatever decision they've made, they think through all the possible results, the backlash, the whatever, the cause and effect of it all. They don't have a damn clue. They don't know what they're doing, especially when you have a skeleton crew and you make rash decisions. And someone probably said, hey, we're shutting this thing down. Or someone might have said, hey, we're going to retool this thing. Or someone may have said, we don't know what the hell we're doing. This is the more likely scenario. They wouldn't have worded it that way, but it's how it would have gone down. Just get it off the site for now so that we don't have to talk about it. And then maybe one person within the company, this would have been me back in my day, would have gone, hey, we owe it to the fans to say something about this and get ahead of this, because it is not better to ask for forgiveness than permission. And it is definitely better to under promise and over deliver. And if you have a fan base that is deeply dedicated to your product, you owe it to them to say something. I'm not telling you what you have to say, but you could at least go, gang, we don't really know right now, and we're going to base it on what happens here at the end of season 2. That would have been great. Or we have no clue. We're retooling internally, and we'll let you know. That would have been awesome, but we got nothing. We got zero. The email that was sent, and this, we're talking about the anonymous source for that other website that makes YouTube videos, or that other group, sounded like a disgruntled employee. I have another positive thing to say about that for that group that made the video. No one in the history of time from any news outlet wants to share their sources. It is a bad idea. And apparently they got a bunch of flack because they wouldn't share their source. That's not how it works. They should not share their source. Anyone who says otherwise is insane. Red Ranger, I bought and burned about $80 worth of coins, epics, and rares, and thought I'd have enough with what was left in my inventory, but within an hour and a half left, I saw I was going to reach over 200,000 points and decided I was out. Sold all my grails and royalties while people were scrambling and made $300. Okay, so 220 profit. Considering I bought most of those 30 cents to $1, selling for 5 to 6. Wasn't a bad trade-off. Look at that. See, you understood the game, you played it, and you won. That's awesome. Professor Josh, more talk from Funko about the issue with Big Boy Drop last Friday with points issued than what's up with Pop Digital. Yeah, clear. True. I'm still behind on chat. I know this. I still want a 101 too. P. King says, oh, sad moment. Can confirm some pops have been lost in house fires. We know this, but we never know how many. We never truly know that number. We don't know how many have been stepped on, incinerated, lost, stolen, whatever. Hear the revenge. There will always be a market for digital items. We just don't know how big that market is. Punked, supply and demand, Sully, every stream. Yep, and I will stick with it. Every time you look at a new collectible, anywhere, you're at San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, your local fair, your local flea market, on whatnot, you can apply that formula of supply and demand. You can go, hey, how many of this thing are there? I always am a little uneasy when something doesn't have a number on it. It's probably not going to be much of a collectible, although mini pops don't have a number and have value. The ones that are most valuable almost always have a number on them. And the lower that number in a collectible where there are more and more people into it, it's a win. There are the exceptions where the license of the thing, or even though it's limited edition, that specific item does not have a high demand, but that supply and demand formula still works. Supply and demand, cats and owls, same. Oh, that was just sarcasm. Okay, Pinky. That quote. I thought maybe you had seen something I didn't see. Comic Zombie, I went overboard and got to 14 at the lowest and ended up at 24. I mean, it'd be cool if you got a sticker for like every place of where you ended up, but unfortunately that'll be lost in the when and if that website is ever shut down. That's lost. Yeah, you didn't want to be 334 though. I applaud that. Haha, if companies had any clue about the cause and effect of things. Yeah, they don't have a clue. At least and I'm not saying I'm the only one, there were a lot of people that also did the exact same thing. You know, I tried to start the Pixel chat multiple times today, and it's non-responsive. Oh, I'm using Firefox, not Chrome. So no closed captioning today. I'm not going to try and mix it up now. I don't know why it won't work on Firefox. I'm not going to say I was the only one, But companies need people that are subject matter experts, and I was definitely a subject matter expert, and I fought internally. I've talked about this many times, to do what was right for the fan, because if you do what's right for the fan, not always is it going to benefit your company, but in most cases, you're going to build stronger fan base because of it. And unfortunately, when it comes to this collectible that we love so much in Funko Pops and everything else Funko makes, not called Funkos ever, unfortunately, they have eroded that trust over time through their lack of communication and their lack of, well, many things. But that lack of communication is a key one. They have eroded the trust that we once had in them. I did not say that, Natty. Well, maybe I did. Willibard, a minute after the end, talking about Droppp Arcade, I assume. I was at 3:16, but after the dust settled, I ended up at 3:02. When I asked about it in Droppp Discord, one of the Droppp team explained that it could have been last-minute burns and everything was settled. They also said that 333 and 334 flipped because of that. Oh, man. 334 deserves an honorary achievement award. I hope they're still with us today. Share your source and you no longer need a source. There you go. Priscilla said, I gifted 8 coins to my friend for his birthday and he came in at 17th place. All right. I had a doctor's appointment and PT, so I forgot to put everything up for sale. Oh, Chuck. Well, that may turn out to have been a great thing for you. Tex says, I love this. Funko has made this tradition. They just announced the con exclusives Jumbo Pokemon in the Biddy exclusives. Nice. Tanner said the newest NYCC reveal is a Biddy 4-pack of the last Funkoween NFT set. No way. Oh, let's go to the Twitter. Hopefully they're putting I think they're putting everything over there. They were earlier. Original Funko. They used to follow me, you know. Oh, so dope. Look it. There it is. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. And it is limited edition. Do we have a number count on it? No, just limited. No number count, but that's still dope. If somehow I get in the booth, I'm grabbing that. I love it. That'll go right. It would have been cool if they were in the black boxes. Stop it. They're cool. Don't nitpick. Oh, is that? Oh, I thought that was the clock tower for a second. This is Funkoville. Okay. Very, very cool. Funkoville New York edition. Oh, look at the little fire truck. Love it. So fun. What else do we got here? Let's look at these while we're in here. There's the Pokemons that you talked about. What is this one? What is this? Jumbo Raikou? I don't know how you say it. Don't care so much. Oh, what a mold. That's dope. Naruto. That is dope. Love that. Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, look at that ride for One Piece. That's sick. Some Hello Kitty. No, yeah. Sonic. Man, the Sonic stuff. That is so cool. Ben 10. That's a cool mold. I like that a lot. Five Nights at Freddy's. Somebody loves it. Powerpuff Girl. Ooh, those are great molds. Love them. That's the one, though, kids. Come on. Orko. Love it. Need it. Only. It says only at the Funko booth. Is that true? Is that a booth exclusive, or is it also going to be available somewhere else? That's dope. That is so. And there's the V-Friends metallic. There's a gold and a silver. Hey, is that the oh no, that's Loth Cat. That's not our sparkly baby that we talked about on the Funcast so much. Oh, wow. Bedlam, Havoc, Null, and Nimrod. Nimrod's the thing I call people. A bad name. That's cool. That's a great mold on that one, too. Spooperman. That's a good one. I like it. Oh, more of these. Wait, what? Different color scheme. That's the one at SDCC was the black. This is the blue. I would also like this. Batgirl, we didn't have at SDCC. And the Joker. Dope. Those are good. Those are real good. Oh, we got another Batman Beyond. What is this guy? Damian Wayne? No, Brainiac. That's Brainiac. What is this? Funko Pop Mystery. Piece Count Roulette at NYCC. Celebrate 15 years of Funko Pop with an exclusive figure inspired by our earliest designs. This is what I said they should have done forever. The catch, you don't know which character you receive until after you make the purchase at a con? Now, they're going to be selling like these on like a ton of these online too. Cool, fun box with the retro cartoon stylization I grew up on of the DC characters. Batman 2000, Joker 1000. Oh, a metallic Robin 1000. Are these all metallic? 500 for Superman, 400 for Wonder Woman, and 100 for the Flash. Oh, Damien, our buddy Damien who collects all the Flash is going to have to pay through the nose to get that bad boy. That's sick. That's amazing. That's it. That's the announcement so far. And an unfortunate pause on this young lady whenever you first roll to that. She was making a face there. I'm still behind on the chat. Nessa resubscribed to tier 1, 61 months. They're going to New York Comic Con. I'm so sorry it took me forever. I get to hang out with Nick and Nessa. Let's go. Woo! Let's go to the V Friends booth, baby. That's exciting. I'm sorry it took me so long. You burned 830 coins. Dang, Miss Fancy Cherry. I mean, it's possible, Red Ranger, that 334 was a real person and 333 was a Slayer alt, but we don't know that. Comic Zombie, yep, one of his 25 accounts that got above 333 out of 30 accounts. Oh, I didn't know. Nessa even put it in bold. I'm sorry, Nessa. I was in a, you know me, I get to talking. Okay, Punked, I wasn't the only one. Thought it was the clock tower. Right, I thought that was the Biddy clock tower from Back to the Future. Good, I'm not the only one. Orko looks awesome, right, Zach Bonifer? Would be pretty darn easy to customize it into Back to the Future. I bet they do it, though. I bet they do it at some point. FunkoFan34, by the way, follow FunkoFan34 here on Twitch if you have not. He makes great content as well. He's a gamer. He's a pop collector. He's one of us. One of us. The DC blinds look cool. I think they're blind boxes anyway. Yeah. I'm going to need that Orko as well, says Chuck. The Facets line is, first of all, I don't understand why it's called Facets. I'm sure there's a great reason, but I don't understand it. I don't normally care, but I think it looks pretty cool, and plus I love all the Motu stuff. When all the dust settles, I think ultimately what I'd like to do is stay He-Man complete. And I've got most of the hardest ones to get, so. Nessa kept trying. I'm sorry, Nessa. Comics out. Yeah, I was talking about the mystery box with my friend. Priscilla said, I appreciate that they're going back to a bunch of low-numbered stuff. Makes it feel way more special as a show exclusive. Another thing I've been saying for years. Can't wait to see you at NYCC, says Tech to Nessa. Yeah, we gonna hang. Red Ranger mystery box coming to a box game near you. Ooh, maybe. Maybe. They won. That's so cool for Nick and Nessa, and that they're gonna get to go to New York Comic Con. I'm so excited. So excited. Savage says, what? Nessa is gonna attend NYCC? Ding dong. Bing bong, you ding dongs. Slayer paid $5 for each of his accounts created this week just so everyone would know they were his alts. Oh, so we could give him a name? Wow. Okay, that's a move. That's a move. People will remember. They will remember. I think it caught up. Priscilla said, was there another NYCC contest? Everyone in chat won NYCC tickets. Yeah, so V Friends, Gary V, did a thing. I think it was if you pulled something, tell me if I'm wrong here. If you pulled something from a pack, you could then submit artwork. And if you submitted artwork, then Gary V reviewed it, and he selected some winners, and those winners got to go. I don't know if they got tickets and everything, or just tickets, or what. I'm not totally sure how that part worked, but Nessa might be able to give us a quick rundown in the chat. Nadu said, so Sully, Nessa, and Nick won to go to NYCC. Did Christmas come early or what? Yes, both. Red Ranger, tool behavior if I do say so. I know what you're referring to. Not Nick and Nessa. Peking says, when I saw that Orko picture, I thought it was a Magikoopa. And I was like, well, that's a weird first Nintendo character. Man, can you imagine? Woo, that'd be dope. Found a golden bee in the vending machine. That's what it was for the Gary V thing. Whoa, new product from Funko just revealed. Oh, let's get to the top of this. Let's all look at it together. I'm excited. Oh, that's what somebody was talking about in the chat. Pop Flare. Oh, they're little box corners. That's a cool idea. Man, kudos to who came up with that. So you can put a little on the corner of your pop box. If you got it in a protector especially, you can just set it right up on the little corner. So you got a little gold drippy crown. You got a POW with the city building. You got the little lightning bolt, and that drips over the side. Or you got little hero of some kind sitting on the edge of what then makes it look like the edge of a city building. That is dope. I like that. Nessa said all expenses paid on that trip. Holy hell in a handbasket. That's amazing. Tex says, I can't wait for my first Nerdgy Night hangover. Hey, bud. Hey, whoa. I don't know how hard we're partying. You can party however hard you want. Pop Flare is an awesome way to celebrate the favorite pops. I think that's a great idea. Honestly, how has a fan not come up with this already? But it does open up the opportunity for some cool ideas that could be 3D printed very easily. Imagine Nick and Nessa could come up with their own like little logo for being a My Pops fan, a little thing to sit on the corner, and maybe they could 3D print those and sell them, or maybe they could give them to purchases over a certain dollar amount, or they could do giveaways if you buy so many pieces in a month, etc., etc. That's a really cool extra little thing, and no licensing involved here on these. But they could definitely do some DC ones, some Marvel ones. Not Nick and Nessa, but Funko. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. There may be a Nerdgy Night hangover in NYC, but will they have the worst band ever? Oh, Chuck, what a great reference to the My Pops anniversary party. That was the worst band ever. Oh my God, it was so bad. Priscilla said, aren't drinks in NYC pricey? Absolutely. Unless anybody is going to an open bar after party. Tell me where that is. Snart corners. There you go, Willibard. I like that idea. Red Ranger, inbox collector's going to struggle with this. Keep it in or use them. No, the out-of-box would struggle, wouldn't they? Let's see. Justin over on YouTube, they incorporated Funkoween last year into Bitty Pops for NYC. Yeah, but it wasn't the NFT ones, was it? I don't recall exactly. Wonder if we'll get a regular size Freddy for this con. You know, this was something we haven't talked about a lot, but if the rumors are true and Droppp does no longer produce anything, we just really diminished the number of Freddy as, Franny as, Proto as, whatever, that we'll be getting in a year, unless Funko finds a different way to distribute them. For those people who, seem just elated with themselves for taking down Droppp, they miss out on this too. I loved the royalty stuff, and it's not the most expensive ones. I originally thought those would be the most sought after. They're not, but they're very cool. Freddy for the turtles in that first drop with the gold little eye bandana thing on, and the skateboard. Fred, like what are some? I love the Freddy Iron Maiden is one of my favorites. I love this last Funkoween. We just opened these the other day. The Haunted Freddy doll, that was dope. Freddy is Doc from Back to the Future with the big thing on his head that he can read minds with. Those are just a few of the ones that stand out to me, but there were some great ones. Freddy is the Reaper. Yeah, so fun. And now Funko almost always kept the Freddy as something for fun days. They do Freddy holding a sign, Freddy in chrome, Freddy for a holiday, things like that, but it's not quite the same. So it could be Freddy cosplay or just Freddy doing something or being part of something, but not the Freddy cosplay. I don't know if we're going to get more of those. Priscilla said, oh, I thought you said you were interested in the industry party at Thursday night. I believe it's free food and drinks. So I am interested. An inbox collector would want to keep them sealed. Out-of-box collectors have no use. Oh, you're saying that, okay, that they would have a hard time getting these and therefore would be upset. I misunderstood. Comic Zombie, I think the Freddies have been my favorite part of the whole Droppp thing. I absolutely love it. SDME, good day, everyone. Enjoy the day. Same to you. Crane. Monster Pete Pedro said Crane. What's that from? Which Freddy was that? Comic Zombie. Oh, Back to the Future comes out in theaters again on October 31st. I want to go see it at the mall where it was filmed. That'd be so cool. They could make such an event out of that. They could make such an event. I went to a brewery in Houston on the date Back to the Future 2, when he went to the future, 2015. They had a party that evening on that same date. Was it October 19th? October 15th? Like something like that. And they timed the movie to start so that when he flipped the flux capacitor to the date and time, that's exactly when it was when the movie hit. And they gave away some really cool glasses with your tickets, some drinking glasses that I have still. I love it as a Back to the Future event type thing. But events like that are really cool, and then exclusives or some sort of takeaway from an event like that would be super cool. They're doing IMAX and 4DX. Oh, sick. Oh, Freddy and Krang. Yes, yeah, Freddy and Krang. That was a really good one from the Turtles second drop. Is that mall still open? I heard it might be closing, but even if they were closing it, you could set up a projector in the parking lot like my pops has been doing, and you could have a hell of a party. But you could take it much bigger, and you could put in a full screen and stadium seating, and you could have a party out there. Alley Bear! Where we're going, we don't need roads. God, my life has been forever changed from Back to the Future. I can't imagine a life where we didn't have it. P. King says if they're gonna show Back to the Future, they should set up theaters to show it inside all the abandoned JCPenney stores. I'd have one in every city, maybe multiple. Maybe multiple. Is that a little? What is that little? Oh, I thought that was a Back to the Future themed Alley Bear. I was gonna be like, dope. Wait, nice approach. Way to flex that. It's still a very cool one, but it wasn't Back to the Future. Comic Zombie, they could wheel out the Twin Pines Mall sign. I don't know if it's still there. Somebody's got it. What a collectible. Yeah, I totally should. Nadu said, excuse me, that is my pop's theater. To be correct, kind sir. You were not wrong. You were not wrong. All right, so to circle back, I knew we were going to have this chat. We'd had this chat. Then I can jump in and talk about it yesterday a little bit. But no, and take this to your friends, take this to the internet, and I need to start this. I'm going to get this going later today. If we want to make an impact, if Funko is still in a decision-making process on what they're going to do going forward with Droppp, which I think they probably are, it is up to us fans to let them know how excited we are about that potential, right? So I haven't seen anything yet from anybody, really, but we have an opportunity to get, there's the petition, that's great. I love that. They're going to see it. They're going to go cute numbers. Love it. Or maybe the numbers are good enough where they're like, well, damn. All right. We should have spoken with our money before, and we clearly didn't speak loud enough. So now it's an opportunity to say something. I think we do it in a positive manner. We do it in a constructive manner. There's no name calling, no you cowards, no do it or we sell our collection. That crap goes nowhere, does nothing, helps no one at all. But I think some good posts of like, hey man, here's my 5 favorite NFT pops we ever had. Here's my 5 favorite Funkoween pops from the NFT drops. Here's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Post those photos. Show what you're excited about and let them know how excited you are that maybe Droppp will stick around. But Droppp has not made an official announcement that things are over. They have only announced that they have laid some people off, that they still have a skeleton crew working, and they closed down Droppp Arcade Season 3. That is not an admission that all of it is done. It is merely some facts that have come forward, and then the speculation and the rumor mill and that started running, and I don't care what anybody says in rebuttal to this. Too many people just believe the headlines. They believe what anyone says on the internet, and all of a sudden it becomes fact when it was never fact to start with. Don't fall for it. Ask for the receipts. I asked for the receipts, and there have been no receipts. Tech said, so that's officially all the Funko reveals. Exciting. Don't forget the Funko booth reservations are Friday at noon Eastern. I will be ready to go. I do not have plans on Friday. Walking Miracle, feel like I spoke with my money on the drops where licenses interested me, but I do agree oh yeah, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody here. I'm saying as a collective group, we all did not speak large enough with our wallets. Businesses, especially public ones and especially large ones like Funko, operate based on accounting. That's it. You'll find exclusives. It's not every, or exceptions. It's not every single company, but the majority of them play by the same playbook, which is a tired old playbook that makes things better in the interim, but sacrifices the long term, the longevity, it sacrifices the longevity of the company. Cut labor, cut things that don't seem to be working well. Cut this, cut that. We look great on paper. Stock went up. Yay. 3 months later, crap, we're in trouble again. We already cut too much. What do we do now? It's the same problem over and over and over again. And why they're playing out of that playbook, I don't know. Josh, new CEO. I've said it here before. I'll say it again in case it ever gets clipped or gets out to you. I have so many ideas. I would love to see the company succeed. I'm a stockholder. I'm a pop holder to the nth degree. I'm holding many for the long run because I believe in the digital stuff, the physical collectibles from the digital stuff, the Freddies from the fun days. I want the company to succeed, and I would love to help in some way, shape, or form. I am not out here bad-mouthing you guys. I am in full support. We just want to hear from you. That's all. That's the only thing I'm like really want is, would you please talk to us? Tell us what's going on. Let's see. P. King, you may be preaching to the choir about supporting Droppp with money. I think a lot of people here did. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about the collective. I apologize. I wasn't pointing fingers at anybody here. Priscilla said, Sully, do I need to reach out to ReedPop for any info so you can enter the lottery? I'm unsure. So, Priscilla, they sent me my email. I have acquired my ticket. I assume that means on Friday, I just go in like everybody else and do my thing. They already sent me the email. I meant to tell you that. Busy few days. Sorry. Yeah, I got the email, so I should be good. Or make comments on their post or shared the Droppp post. Making comments that are positive would be good. Yeah. Needs to be fan verified and enter the badge number on the back side. Well, the badge is not delivered to me, but I have acquired it, so I'll have to go log in and see. I'll have to go see if I have all the information I need to enter that lottery. I'll try. Hey, what's up, Sith or Jedi? Falconer says Funko Facet is a line of Funko Pop's figures characterized by a crystalline. Well, I get that, Falconer, but I don't understand why the term facet is used. Crystalline faceted. I don't know what a facet is. Saying faceted design is like, it doesn't help me. I was talking about this year. I sent that before you looked. Okay, got you, Justin. V Tweety, hello. What did the Droppp announce? I might be interested in. Sorry, Sully. No worries. So the very short version of all this, and you can go back and you can do research and you can watch other videos or you can watch here. Droppp only came forward after a rumor had started. Apparently, and someone that claims to know the inner workings of Droppp and or have worked there says anonymously, major layoffs at Droppp. Droppp may be dead. This group made a video, couple talked about it. Droppp is dead. Big exclamation point to get us all hyped up on this as a topic, right? Droppp never officially stated Droppp is dead. All they have said is, in response to some people, we have downsized and laid off some of the team at Droppp, but there's still a skeleton crew in place. And they canceled Droppp Arcade Season 3. While that does seem likely that a company like that would make the decision only if they were going to end that product line, that is not an admission to anything. That is simply a one clue that people are jumping to conclusions about. Droppp has not stated that they're done. I'm waiting on that. I want to hear from them. In the meantime, I'm operating as if there's still hope in the pipeline here. How's it going, Dark Hydra? Welcome. Priscilla said you should definitely double check to make sure you have the confirmation number ASAP. If I need to reach out, it's better to do so. Okay, I will. A facet can refer to a flat surface on a cut gem. That's a little more helpful. Still a horrible name, but okay. Oh, here, the revenge. It's up. You can always go back. That's awesome. It was so cool to open those amazing packs, then redeem. I totally agree, V Tweety. And what I'm encouraging everyone to do is to go out and share with the world on Twitter, on Instagram, on wherever your social media platforms are that Funko might see, and say, hey, loved collecting, would love to continue to collect. Wish this were still, wish a future to drop. Don't go, why'd you shut it down? Because they haven't. Don't go, y'all are dumb, you cowards. That kind of stuff serves no purpose and helps in no way, shape, or form. Threatening people does not help. But telling them I really loved collecting, I would love to continue to collect, I just have to pick which ones I want. I'd love to collect, and I had some great opportunities. I had some great pulls that meant a lot to me, etc., etc. Showing your face with pops, showing your face with even the sodas, whatever product it is, even your face next to your screen with your digital NFTs. Showing you're a real person with a real desire to continue will have an impact in some way, shape, or form. It may not mean that they stick around, but at least maybe they think about it. It may mean that they at least go, hey gang, we hear you, we understand you really want some answers, we have answers. But if we just silently don't do anything, and we just silently kick back, the petition's a good thing, I think. I think that's helpful. We want to hear something. Comic Zombie, I loved getting together and getting the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat and opening these packs. It was a fun Tuesday tradition. Might not be over. No, that's not it, Comic Zombie. That's a bad statement. Nix that. Nix it. Stevie, nix that. Just because you were so busy, sent you all the link, everything you need to know about the NYCC lottery. Thank you, Misty. By the way, Misty, I did try to open, and this could be related in some way to Funko making changes, but I did try to open Funko Pop Blitz. Those of you remember, announced by the Funcast team at our one and only San Diego Comic-Con panel, a new Pop Blitz game that was 7 years ago, whatever it was now, 6 or 7 years ago. When you try to log in and open it up now, you just get an error message. I got the same thing. I think that may be done, but did they make any announcements? No. There are people that play that game all the time. Wouldn't they love to know something? No, you don't just yank it out. Howdy, I just tuned in, says Chucky. I have you in one ear while I do some stuff in the garden. All right, well, happy gardening. I hope you don't run into any bugs or dead plants or whatever gardening nightmare you might have in the back of your mind. Nadu said, you cowards, bring back the paywall for those JPEG nonsense for me to keep complaining about. Yeah, there you go. Pretty sure Blitz has been donezo for... No, I played just a couple weeks ago. Every once in a while, I fired up and jump in and do an event and acquire a few more pops. I always enjoyed the game. Chuck, I have you in one ear while I work. Yeah, it was more than a week ago, at least 2 or 3 weeks ago that I last played. V-Tweety, you can say whatever you want, but waiting that 30 minutes cooldown for enter the queue, I do prefer that way to collect Funkos instead of NFT. Yeah. There's the new limited edition tier system pricing, which, look, I think is a good business move for Funko. And yes, they are making a lot of money, and it's bumping the secondary market sales, which increases demand, which is good for them as a business. But I don't think there's any reason why the two worlds couldn't simultaneously exist. Let everybody freak out about the 1,200 piece, 5,000 piece, whatever, sell out, and then pay exorbitant amounts of money for it on the secondary market if you have to have it in your collection. While the rest of us spend $30 at most for a pack. Maybe we buy a few packs, we crack them open, and every once in a while you pull a what could be $1,000 pop out. I enjoy that much more. I like a little gamble. I like a little suspense. I like the content for my channel here. I don't get that out of a limited edition tier system thing. But there weren't other people, not many other people. Pop and Duo was here. They did it. Professor Josh did it. Tristan, Top Pops did it. What's Poppin' Craze did it. Wasatch. And numerous others that I may be forgetting, and I feel sorry that I forgot their name, but they made content out of pack drops and getting excited about it and opening and sharing with the community. And I was giving stuff away. I would love to know the total on how many packs I gave away over the years. Some purchased by me, some gifted by the Droppp team. I gave away at least 3 Grails I can think of. Game of Thrones, Marty from Back to the Future, which I wish I still had. It was a great one. The Rare Individual got that one. And I know there was one other. I just can't remember what it was. Multiple legendaries, tons of epics, tons of rares, tons of commons, tons of uncommons, hundreds of NFTs I gave away here as we learned about it and helped others learn about it and did education and just assisting and trading with one another. It created this whole subdivision of Funko, this other offshoot of the main Funko collecting that was so much fun, and it didn't harm anybody else, but they still wanted to go and scream and cry about it and say, not the JPEGs, don't paywall them. Exactly what Nadu was hinting at. Caller, I checked the Pop Blitz website, and there was an announcement that the game has been shut down as of September 5th. Dang. Yeah, I didn't see any kind of public announcement outside of the website. And how often do you go check the website for a video or a game you're playing? I wouldn't know Pop Blitz was going to shut down if they were. I pray they don't. Nostalgia Corp, someone in the Facebook groups just received their Adventure Time Series 2 Grail with the number redeemed on the sticker. Oh, we got our first look. That's dope. I can't wait to get mine. We got proper stickers. We waited 4.5 years. We got them. And then now, and may be the end. We don't know. Oh, Grail from the WB. Misty won one. There you go. See, at least 3 Grails given away. Hear the Revenge. Sully, can you explain a little about how buying a wax wallet works? Well, you no longer have to buy a wax wallet. If you're talking about starting a wax wallet, if you're talking about buying someone else's wallet, like acquiring their wallet and their inventory, is that what you're talking about? Or just setting up your first wax wallet? Chucky, we got some crazy bugs. My wife buys praying mantis eggs from eBay every year. We recently found a full-grown one 4 inches long in our batch of cone flowers. Wait, so did the praying mantis help remove pests from your garden? That's very interesting. The trading, collaboration, and all that aspect of it, us here, has always been fun. I know, I loved it. I only checked because you talked about it. Yeah, exactly, Chuck, exactly. Magic Mike, what's up? The name, oh, Hear the Revenge. So that is a thing I have never understood. I don't know. I don't understand that. Maybe somebody here could explain that. Let me see if I can find the page. Name bids on Wax Block, right? I think this is it. So I've never understood this. But if you want to get a cool, fancy wax wallet name, you can bid with wax, and then if you win the bidding, you get that wallet name. So like this person, Kraken212 NFT, they're trying to purchase cashback, which seems like for nefarious reasons, let's be honest. There's Crypto Claw, Crypto King, Crypto Pinup. Oh, interesting. Deep Mine, Demon, Disturbed. But I don't understand, because look, all these are 100 wax, and look at when these bids are put in. December 15th, 2022. I don't know. I don't understand. Here's needs to be claimed. So like, I think you won the bidding process, but you've never gone in and claimed. I don't know. Let's make sure my name's not on here. I don't know if I ever. Nothing on that page. I'd have to refresh forever. But look at all these bids that I think people won, and they've never come back and claimed the wallet they got. I don't understand how it works. If you find out, I'd love to know, because I definitely would love to get a better name than yrgb4.wham. I think that'd be fun. But I don't know how it works. Yeah, Adventure Time was the first project, the first drop that would come with the proper numbers. And then we'll have, what, 6 or 7 drops that had the proper numbers, somewhere in that ballpark? If praying mantis get rid of pests, I need to start carrying one on me at all times. Chucky said, we hatch the praying mantis eggs because we love the bug itself. Eating other bugs is secondary. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Hear the Revenge. I know it has to be 24 hours at the top, but how do you add that wallet name? I don't know. Hear the Revenge. I would Google it, look on YouTube, see if anybody's got an answer. You could maybe message Tommy with Wax. Maybe he would know. I don't know if Wax Block has a Twitter account or anything. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, I can't do that there. Let me do it here. Twitter. I don't think Wax Block has some sort of account with a customer service or somebody that may just know what the heck's going on. Wax Block. Nah, Wax Block account is just a rando. I asked on Wax Discord and they basically told me no. Well, that's not an answer. People are doing it, so I don't know why they would tell you no. A lot of people would probably leave you alone if you had a praying mantis on your shoulder. Tanner said that BMO Grail looks so good I could cry. I wanted that one. It's so cool. Easily the most excited I've been for a pop in years. I've been waiting to see how the final piece looked like, and I'm not disappointed. Another opportunity to post about your love for how it all worked. An opportunity to post. I got it. The wait was long, but it was totally worth it. I didn't mind the wait. The process was fun, and because of that, look how limited this is. Those kind of tweets and Instagram posts will be helpful. Tech said, see you later, fam. Got to go get my cut. It's been a fantastic day, full of great news. All right, Tech, have a good one, my friend. We're going to talk about Disney Pinnacle in a minute, and I learned some cool things. So if you're interested in that, I think you've gotten on board with it already, Tech. But anybody, we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna show you some cool stuff. Got to do that with my photos. Says, yeah, absolutely. Tanner just texted you a picture to see our first accurate sticker. Oh, let's look together. I can actually capture the phone here. Hold on, let me do this. Let's look together. I have not seen it yet. I've not opened the text from Tanner. I got to start up Lonely over here. 1 second. And we're going to talk about Disney Pinnacle in a minute anyway, so that's perfect. Come on now. Come on now, screen mirroring. Where's the Lonely? Try to mirror again. It's like not refreshing. Oh, am I not? I'm not on Wi-Fi. That's the problem. Your Coinbase withdrawal code is this. If that's not right, call this number. Spam block. So scammy and scummy and disgusting. Let's take advantage of it because it's a little complicated. Okay. And then let me fire up Lonely. There you go. You can see my desktop. Let's see this text from Tanner. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. The Grail has 696 pieces. Yeah, the sticker is right on par with the other ones, but it is. This is one of the first ones where we got the word Grail real big. We've got the 2025 set one. I always thought that was an interesting choice, but clearly they were going to number those in order as they came out. 696 instead of 999 because of the burns and the lack of people actually turning in the coin to get the physical distributed to them. Yeah, Walking Miracle, great question. I think honestly, they probably thought when they first started all this, we can get these produced in advance. They'll be delivered to us so we can step up shipping and get it done more quickly. And we're going to sell out of all these. So the numbers will be slightly off. 999 would have actually been like 990. Does that really make a difference? And that mode of thought would have worked fine had they always had sellouts. But when they started closing down the pack sales 4 hours after it came out with, what was it? Bob Ross was the first one, I think. Like, that kind of just put the kibosh on all of it. And then by the time they listened to fans, when they got into the mode of listening to fans and making adjustments, i.e. in the shipping, the quality of the shipping, in the credits you would get if things were damaged, the stickers, etc. And that's great that they did all those things, and I'm very appreciative that they did. It just took a while. I think they had to learn, hey, we're not as in control of this ship. We got to listen to fans to make sure we get the ship righted. And they were doing that. I thought this was the line that you pulled a bunch of grails. My mistake. No, I didn't have. You talking about Tanner? Yeah, to Tanner. He bought the one from Misty. How funny. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. I can't wait to see the others. That's very exciting stuff. Turn that off. God knows what other texts you guys saw that I didn't even. What else I got going on there? Oh no, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm going to shut down this conversation. We can always come back to it oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Meld's making some changes. I thought it was maybe changes to Twitch's terms of service, but... Hey, congratulations there. We'll call you Kaiser. Us consumers definitely spoke with our money. I mean, many of us did. I bought plenty. I think I only missed... I didn't participate in Bob Ross because ethically I thought that was a bad move. I don't like how the Bob Ross name was treated. Still don't know if Funko knew about that or if in their contract it was treated differently. It could have been, but I wasn't privy to that information. And I missed 2 drops, I think, in all the 4+ years. I missed 2 drops being here live. One, I believe, was a WB one or a Teen Titans Go, one of those 2. And I don't remember what the other one was, but I eventually bought packs anyway. So I bought packs in every single drop. Sometimes as few as 2 packs, but in most cases, I'd say I'd average 4 to 6 packs per drop. If you had 20,000 fans, that's a sellout. That's all you needed. 20,000 fans at an average of 4 to 6. That's more than enough for a sellout on almost every single drop, with the exception of maybe DC Series 1, and there were a couple others that had some pretty high numbers. But they were just that, exceptions. I think you would have been fine. Problem solved. Can you give further details about Bob Ross? I didn't show here until Scooby. So the Bob Ross thing, Funko did a normal drop like always with the Bob Ross license. It was like their 4th or 5th drop, I think, in the ballpark, right? But shortly before that happened, there was a documentary on Netflix that they interviewed the family members of Bob Ross. And the short version is, and I could have some details wrong, so please go do your own research. Bob Ross had these lifelong friends that were also business partners, and they showed a history of kind of taking advantage of him over the years. But towards the end of his life, when he was very ill and he was about to pass, they had him sign a document that said, "We get full use of your name and all profits hereinto," whatever the legal terms were. So his family members were cut out of it unknowingly, and they think that they probably took advantage of him in a time where he was not with his full faculties, you know. So his kids essentially don't get a single dime off the Bob Ross name, while these other people are running around selling paints and canvases and brushes and classes and all this stuff and making all the money. Yeah, it's totally not cool at all. So what I decided then was, I don't want to perpetuate the madness. Therefore, I'm not going to participate in buying anything Bob Ross unless I can get some receipts that the family members were paid. And I seriously doubt that's a thing. I seriously doubt that will ever happen, because legally that couple has full rights to his name. So very bad timing. Yeah, they had been in development for Funko for a long time. And they couldn't have known that was going to come, that documentary was going to drop while you're in the midst of all this. I don't blame them for anything. I just elected to stay out of it. Oh, yeah. The Bob Ross baseball cards look so cool, too. There's some really great inserts coming out of those Funko Fan 34, but I'm not on board. Now, would I ever pick one up in the secondary market? Maybe. I think I'd still try to shy away from it, but if it's just the right card or something, I might get it. But I wasn't going to buy from the initial drop, the pack sales, whatever, that kind of stuff. Let's see. V-Tweet. Oh, I have to be much more on your lives. Would really like to get one with your signature. One of the best Funko influencer. V-Tweety, you're so sweet. I agree with V-Tweety. Said saying that 9,500 Funko is exclusive or limited makes me funny. It is. I have always found it odd. I kind of think the cutoff for anything stickered that's number should have been like, 5,000, maybe 3,000, somewhere in there. Once Funko started doing that, I was like, what's the point? And at one point, it was at the comic book distributor Diamond made previews exclusive, and previews exclusive for one of the giant pops. I think it was for, was it the Fantastic Four Titan? What was the, I blanked on the name. But anyway, it said 25,000 limited. Like, that's not limited. There are regular mainline Galactus. Thank you. There are mainline pops that didn't have 25,000 produced. So putting that sticker, they diminish the value by putting that sticker on there. Chucky said it is sad, but peeps sitting out Bob Ross for that reason made them more limited, more valuable. Yeah, it did. And kudos to the people that didn't know about it, didn't care, and benefited from it. I mean, they didn't know. They weren't doing anything wrong. Walking miracle. So many Sully sign stickers. Miss Fancy Cherry, the stickers are shiny for the new NFT counts. They look very nice in the Discord. Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay, so I want to move on to talk about Disney Pinnacle. So if you're here for the drop discussion, I think you stick around for this, because I got some ways you can participate basically for free in Disney Pinnacle while really taking advantage of what I think is going to be one of the hottest NFT projects on the planet over the upcoming next few years, and potentially for a very, very long time. I know, just like in the early days of Funko, I'm going to over-explain and I'm going to repetitively explain this. What I would love for you guys who are here regularly, listen in still and offer your input, because I would love to hear from you guys about what you think about it. But long and short of it is there's a company called Droppp Labs. Droppp Labs was the ones that started NBA Top Shot amongst other projects. And NBA Top Shot, if you don't know, was a really cool project where they would sell NFTs, but they were of moments from a basketball game. LeBron James with a big dunk, Victor Wembanyama with a big play, maybe even his first shot in the NBA, stuff like that. So you were buying a moment. The moment was a digital thing with multiple sides showing that clip of the game. They were limited edition. Some have sold for, there's a bunch that sold for $1, $2, but some have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Amazing, right? If you're an NBA fan, you should look into NBA Top Shot. It is a little tricky to get into because it's a well-established project that's been around for so long, and it's how you get some packs is a little more nuanced. You could ask Jace the Collector. I think he was in there for a while. I think Autumn's Toys may have been there for a while, etc. But that same company, they have they have the knowledge and they know what they're doing. They started working with Disney, and Disney does not own this project. I keep saying that. I think it's important. Disney Pinnacle works with Disney as a licensor, and they make digital enamel pins. And before I go into more of an explanation, let me show you. I gotta reconnect to Lonely here. Let me show you in my wallet some of the pins that I have. Then we'll go further on to the explanation and how you can participate basically for free, at least on some level. I'm opening up the app now. Let's turn this back on. There you go. So I'm in the Disney Pinnacle app. It's a little truncated just because I had to crop the window. But if I go into my collection and I zoom down here and grab just one random enamel pin, let's grab this fun one from The Incredibles. I own this NFT, but what's really cool about this is I can interact with this. This is me moving my finger around on the screen to make that spin. So you can look at all sides of this really cool. Look at the light reflecting off of there. Look at the side view. You can see the thickness of the pin. Look how they reimagined the back of the pin to not have an actual like post pin that stabs through. Oh, by the way, you can zoom in. So look at that. You can see the details there. You can see the back of the pin with the cool Pixar balls. You can read the license on there, the year. There's the nice little touch of the Pixar ball on the back. But they look sharp. They look so, so good. And this interaction on the phone is wonderful. Desktop, not so great. In time, it will get better. But what they're doing is they're putting out these pins, and there's multiple ways you can get them. The first and foremost, because I'll lose people if I don't say this early, if you have Disney Plus, if anybody in your family, extended family even, has Disney Plus, there is a new website that was launched 3, maybe 4 months ago called Disney Plus Perks. It's available to everyone out there. This isn't hidden, and I'll drop the URL for you guys. Disney Plus Perks. This is officially run by Disney. It is not some scammy secondary thing. Here's the welcome page. I'll drop it on Twitch, on YouTube. Hey, Curtis, how you doing? Curtis, say congrats to everyone who made it into the top 333 of Droppp, and I'll put it over on Twitter as well. There we go. So you can go in here. You can log in using your Disney Plus credentials. So just like you would log in on your phone to watch a show or a movie, or on your Apple TV or whatever, you go to log in, you put in your credentials. I'll hide this just so nobody sees my personal info here really quick. Why does that not automatically fill it in? Oh, because I was using Chrome before. I misspelled that. There we go, and the password is there. Okay, it's logging in. Go back to the browser. We have Kelly pays for this, but we get to share it. In there, you got featured perks. They constantly have different, this is a revolving storefront. That's a term I'll use a lot. With all these different options, you can enter giveaways. You can get 6 months of Dash Pass for free. This is a new one. Formula One United States Grand Prix, chance to attend, chance to go to Disney World, chance to go to the WNBA Finals. And we got some discounts. Oh, no, those are all entries, giveaways. They also have this, you go to this Discover More button down here, right? It's a little tough to find this, but it's in there. And you got things like Kroger Boost, D23 Gold membership, so on, Duolingo Clear, first access to Throwbacks collection. And if you get over here far enough, 15% off Funko purchase on Funko.com, 15% off Loungefly, and finally Disney Pinnacle. If you click Learn More, you can then claim a digital code. It's a hexadecimal, so words, letters, and numbers. You get that code, you go to your Disney Pinnacle app, and you input it, and you get a free mystery capsule. What is a mystery capsule? In the storefront they have here on the front, right now, there is the Star Wars alphabet, a mystery capsule you would buy for $6.95, and you would open it, and you would randomly get one of these 5 different alphabet Star Wars enamel pins, and there are different rarities. So you might get C-3PO in the regular, you might get C-3PO in the digital display or the gold. You might get Ewok, same rarities, Han Solo, etc., etc., etc. And the beauty of this is they're NFTs. So just like on Wax, on Atomic Hub, on Funko's Droppp site, you're going to know how many of the pin were produced, how many, if you get one, depending on the rarity, how many of that specific pin have been produced. And in the case of certain pins, you'll have a serial number. They don't put a serial number on every one, which I found interesting, but it's a different approach, right? So you can get the freebie, and they'll usually, when you get your freebie from Disney Plus perks and you claim it, it'll go, do you want the Star Wars one or do you want the Frozen one? You can choose. You can also just buy these for $6.95. I could go in and buy the Star Wars one. I'm not going to do it right now. I could buy Star Wars The Mandalorian. There's a whole bunch of ones you can pull out of there. I can buy Frozen. This is volume 2, but it's set 1 of 2. There are more coming. I could buy the Star Wars droids. Now this one, you see the price a little different, $23.95. You could buy this and you'll get multiple droids, and then you can try to complete the whole set by buying others. The same with the Disney Best Pals. I think for $23.95 you get 4 of them, and then you can try to buy the other 2 to complete the set. Those are what's up now in the revolving storefront. This is going to change from time to time. They'll put up some more exclusive drops that are limited, and you can buy that way, and that's with the chance, right? They also have, right now it's in beta. It has been in beta for 18 plus months right now. They have trading during the week. So right now, I believe you are eligible to trade. I could go in, I could trade with Misty. In order to do that, Misty would have to send me a link to her stuff. I could send her a link to my stuff. We could propose a trade to one another. We can trade. I believe there's 0 cost involved on that, but don't quote me. You could also, on certain weekends, which right now is every other weekend, we just closed one this past weekend, just closed Sunday night, you can put up market. So you can put up pins for sale, or you can buy from other people. I participated a little bit over the weekend. I'll show you guys what I got on the market. I'm very excited about. By the way, Misty had offered a trade. I think she has this one. I still want that one too. But I got this pin, which is of course a Sully. It's look at the neon on there. Watch it. Give it a second. This is an enamel pin with actual, like, a video to it. But you can see that, like, watch, you'll see that flashing of the neon even when I'm interacting with it. So freaking cool, man. Look at the back there. But I learned some things over the weekend, and I think I talked about this on Friday a little bit, but one of the things I learned was these, when you're looking through your collection, you see how you see the pins, and they look like they're on a card backer. It's the blue color or the purple color back there. And you've got a few other things on each of these pins that note certain things about it that are very important, i.e. on this Sully one, if you look at the bottom right there, it says limited edition. That means that pin came from a drop where they put it out. They were already numbered, and there were only going to be so many. There are only 279 of this pin left in the world. There were more. Some have been burned for whatever reason. I don't know. There's only 279 of these in the world. There will be no more. That is it. That is all that will exist. You want it now, you go buy it off the secondary market. All right. Go next to it, you got the Sally. It's an open edition. I learned something about this one over the weekend. I was trying to complete a set. I needed a Sally. I bought the wrong Sally. I needed a Sally from the starter set. That's different. I bought it from the open edition. So there are some little nuances that you got to know if you're going to go into collecting. I got one of the other day. I opened one of the Star Wars alphabet ones. It is up to 647 pieces. This is an open edition. It says so on the card. The more people that buy, the more of these will be produced. This is a harder rarity to get. It probably won't get over 1,000, and down the road, somebody could really freak out about getting that Agbar. Got Mater and the Sheriff and Red and Lightning McQueen and Doc Hudson. I got those from a set that I bought. This is another one I'm really excited about, the limited edition. Again, limited edition like that Sully up there. This was a very tough one to pull. There are only 299 of these made in the world, and you can see I have the serial number on there is 275. If you pull the serial number 1, some of those are going for big bucks, but look at this interaction on this baby. You can see the side view, the bubble. And let's go bigger on this. You can see the bubble and the pin like hovering inside that. So well done, the graphics on these. There's the back of the pin. I love the quality of them. Really, really cool. There is no physical redemption. It is strictly digital collecting. But for me, I like to have stuff like this to focus on. I love being able to do a lot of it on my phone. There are some real perks to it to make it easier. There is no cryptocurrency you have to deal with on this. If during a marketplace event you want to buy something, or if you want to buy a mystery capsule, you can do so with Apple Pay or your credit card. You don't have to worry about wax going up and down in value. You don't have to worry about waiting for delivery down the road. You get instant delivery. The experience of opening a mystery capsule is really cool. Another thing I learned was, and I said this on Friday, I didn't know what this meant. You see this little asterisk up to the right of the pin? It's up at the top. It's kind of dark, so it's hard to see in that. But see on here, on the card, Buzz Lightyear, there's that little asterisk up there. Well, dumb me, all I had to do was click where it says Chaser right here, and it says this digital pin has a lower odds of being revealed. Oh, that's with the crown. This one didn't have it. What's the... Oh, magic reveal. That's the thing. The little asterisk. Quickly spin the digital pin for a magic reveal of bonus content. So literally, you guys can see it. Watch. I spin it. See the little cool stuff coming off the bottom? And then there's an interaction with the pin. And then there's a little video. There are several of these. I mean, is it the coolest thing in the world? No. Is it a cool little additional item? Yeah, I like it. Who knows how they could reveal stuff in the future using that technology or that thing that they've developed. There's one there. There's one here with Mickey Mouse. I think this is the first one that we saw. You just spin it in your phone. And it does that. Pretty cool. I haven't seen comments lately, so I'm going to catch up right now. They're amazingly detailed, says FunkoFan34. If you hit that pin on the back, it will give you info on the pin as well. Oh, it does? I didn't know that. Yeah, Misty, we can go into the trading, sure. Yeah, aren't they neat, Project Gonzo? So, I mean, look, if you're into the NFTs, this is another source of the NFTs. But here's the thing that sold me on it. When I still told you guys about this 18 months ago, I think I said, once the market opens up, we'll see how valuable these things are, right? The market was open this weekend. I can't go in and show you now because it's shut down right now. It'll open again, I believe, in a couple of weekends. Let's double check. They do a pretty good job of sharing over here on Disney Pinnacle about what's going on with these weekends. So let's click on Disney Pinnacle. Let's see if they got any updates. This is, okay. That's just some retweets. Oh, here's an opening experience of one of the capsules, if you haven't seen it. Cool. Somebody pulled the Han Solo there. Yeah, you get one freebie per month. But we also found out that you can stack codes. You can use multiple codes. So if you have a family member that has Disney Plus, but they don't care about this digital stuff, ask them, go, hey, it would be easier if you had their login, but some people feel funny about that. All they got to do is go to Disney Plus perks, go to that area I pinpointed, and send you the code. That's it. They're done. They're out. They don't have to do anything else with it. They can take care of the other, take advantage of those other perks, but just once a month they got to log in and send you that little code. You go into the app, you click the triple bars in the upper left-hand corner, and you go to redeem a promo code, and you punch it in there, and as soon as you say redeem, it's going to come up and go, oh, congratulations, pick one of these two Disney mystery capsules. You pick the one you want, it instantly sends it to your phone. You go through the opening experience, it's yours. That's it. No more, no less, really simple. I had a hard time getting out of this screen before. Like, it wants you to just have a code hit redeem, or no other options. I couldn't close out. So weird. Still can't. There's the X in the corner, so I have to close this and then open Disney Pinnacle again. But what I was getting to here is, let's see if they've made any announcements, calendar. Oh, this is good. This is good. I wanted to see this too. We're still looking for the calendar, but what happened on the marketplace over the weekend? And this comes from that website that I found that shows a bunch of information on sales. But here's the overall: 4,895 transactions made over the weekend, totaling $255,000. Now, I don't know the numbers from Funko. We could get those. Jasp could get them, or Pop and Stock could probably get them. But over the course of 3 days, $255,000 in sales, when there's no kind of game going on, there's no redemption, there's no deadline of any kind. This is just, and this is in beta, and not a ton of people participating just yet. Those are pretty big numbers. 332 people totaled $255,000 in sales. That was 332 wallets buying, 449 wallets selling. But also, if we scroll up here, they track big sales, right? So let's see. Digital pins sold 4,895. We read all that. Open edition pins 3,806. Limited edition pins 614. All the way down to limited event edition, only 37. Those are the most sought after and the most expensive. But if we look down here, here's the big sales. Top sales all time on the platform now. Somebody bought one of the one-on-ones for $34,844. Oh no, that's how much somebody spent. That's how much somebody spent. Somebody spent $35,000. Another person spent $24,000. Another person spent $13,500. Another person spent $11,000, and another person $11,000. That is nuts. Somebody sees the future in this and is like, I'm all in. I'm buying these. I'm holding them like a commodity, like a stock, like a fine piece of art. They're holding it. Top sellers, somebody sold near $12,000 in pins, $8,000, $7,500, $7,300, et cetera, et cetera. And then the top individual purchases. So an actual pin changing hands. A limited edition Pluto sold for $7,000. A limited edition Disney Mickey and Friend, another Pluto, $3,500. Probably the 7,000 was like a mint number one, maybe. This Pixar Extravaganza Bunny sold for $3,300. I have a Pixar Extravaganza Sully. It's not as limited as that one, but I have a couple. The Disney Princess Volume 1 Tiana sold for $3,200. And then this Disney Princess Volume 1, another Tiana, sold for $3,100. Why is that important? Those are some big dollar amounts. How often did you see those dollar amounts buying and selling a Funko NFT, even when there were physical redemptions associated with them? Never. We didn't see those big in numbers. Maybe for that one that Shockhouse won, if they had sold that, or maybe they did it. Maybe they purchased it. I don't remember. How much would they have spent? That also included like a proto and tickets to fun days, right? Like those were as big as it got, and I don't think they had numbers like this. So there's a lot of opportunity. I'm looking for the calendar on when the next events are. They do update these. Let's see here. Our marketplace event was Friday to Monday. They did announce that over the weekend. Let's see what happens if we go to marketplace right now. Do they tell us when it's coming back? Buy and list pins on the marketplace. Oh, every weekend the marketplace is opening now. They've upped it. It's not every other weekend. It's every weekend now. So this Friday, starting at 9 a.m., and we could do another show on it on Friday, we are able to go in and you can buy from other people and you can sell your pins. You can list them for sale. There is a small listing fee that gets credited if there's a sale. I did list some things for sale just as a test. I didn't sell them, but hey, so that's coming. But you can trade right now, right? I can log in with my info and do a trade here, or I can do it from the phone as well. There's a trading area built into the phone. Let me jump out of here and sign in so we can do the trading thing then. And I have not done a trade yet, but to me, I'm pretty sure I understand the gist here, and I think it's pretty simple. They also have a Discord account where you can go in there and you can talk to people. Because right now the trading is a little difficult because you can't just go out and search and go, I'm looking for a Sully pin find somebody who has it, ping them and go, I want to trade you for that. Doesn't work that way. It's more like being friends on the Wii U. You've got to know the person or find out their info in another way, i.e. Discord, get their trade link, and then set up a trade with them. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to see, here we go. If you're in the trading area, whether here or in the app, you'll have access to your trade link. So I can click, get my trade link. It's now copied to my clipboard, and I can come over here and I could go, oh, here, I'll put it in the chat right here. So for anybody that's on Disney Pinnacle, I just put it in the chat. You can click on it, I don't know where it'll take you exactly, but I imagine it will try to open the app if you're on your phone. I'll do the same on YouTube and on Twitter. And now you can, I think, see what I have. I can see what you have. Here's Justin Clayton appearing on my screen. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see. Here's Justin. Click here. He joined. We can chat. 0 trades, 0 users. I can make an offer. So is that going to allow me to see? Sure enough, here we go. I mean, pretty straightforward, I think. There's my wallet. There's Justin's wallet. So I can scroll through here and I can go, oh, look, he's got duplicates of this alien. Maybe I want that. Maybe he's willing to trade. He's got a Sully egg. Maybe I want that and I want to trade. What happens if I do want that Sully egg? Can I get more information on it? I would assume you can click on it. What happens when I click? Bingo, more information. From 2024, it's from that extravaganza. Open edition. Open edition means it was open as long as they could sell however many in like a 3 or 4 day window, sometimes longer. But if I wanted to trade for it, I could add it to trade, right? Let's see what else he's got. He's got some really cool Mandalorian ones. He's got some sweet Boba Fett's. He's got the Millennium Falcon I need, but he doesn't have multiples. So I can't really set up a trade for that. I do, by the way, need the Millennium Falcon Starter Edition. No other Millennium Falcon will work. I learned that the hard way over the weekend. It's got to be the Starter Edition type. So if anybody has an extra Millennium Falcon, I need that and would love to trade for it. I want to complete that set. He's got that same one I just showed you from my collection, the Omni Droid. He's got that. Ooh, with these fun Goofies. I did not get one of those. Maybe I want one of those. I could trade him for it. He got several versions of the Mickey and Donald, or the Minnie and was it Minnie and Donald or Minnie and Daisy? Yeah, Daisy, because here, this one, they have their bows on. Those were cool freebies that were given away during D23, I think. Oh, look at these other D23s he got. Ooh, serial number 35 for that Tiana. I think this may be the one that sold for big bucks, or one of them. Scrolling down more and more and more. He's got a bunch. Oh, he's got these sweet Monsters Inc. Oh, he's got a serial number 1. Ooh, hope you don't mind me outing you. Wow, those are nice. Those are real. Okay, so it doesn't tell you if you have duplicates, but it does show 2 side by side. So there's this. Let's make sure it's the same pin. Badges Volume 1, all fired up. Badges Volume 1, all fired up. Silver Sparkle. Yeah, that's the same pin twice. So it doesn't put a number on there if you have multiple. It lists each one as an individual item over there. What else has he got? These cool sweaters. He's got a Sully I want. I don't know if he'd be willing to trade for that. But long and short, if I wanted to get this Han Solo, I could say add to trade, and then I could go in and I could offer up something I have for a trade, maybe that I have a duplicate of, like this Akbar, and I could go add to trade. Does he have any Akbars? He may not need this. He has no Akbar. Oh, he has a gold Akbar. But I want to be careful, as always. Look at the color of the background. This is a purple, and this is more of a blue. These are different rarities. If I click on Han Solo, that is a standard variant. If I click on this Akbar, that is a silver sparkle. Those are harder to come by. So maybe I don't want that Han. Maybe I click that Han off. Does he have like a sparkle Han? He does. I'd rather have one of those. I have no idea what these are going for, selling for. And that would be important information to have, but at least now I'm kind of apples to apples, right? Guess what? Guess what? There is a way to determine how much these have been selling for. We found a wonderful utility over the weekend, and it is not right there right now, but we can go Disney, I think it's Vercel was in the title, something like that. Disney Pinnacle. I have it bookmarked in. Oh, I just got in my watch, just notified me. So it would have been from the app push notification, you just received a trade offer. So we got to look at that as well. But here is, we found this tool. Oh, it's temporarily paused. Dang it. But we found this really cool utility that is essentially the pop and stock, or kind of a version of pop and stock of the Disney Pinnacle world. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna put that in there. If you guys want to bookmark this or just have it up to come back and check later, it's a little janky to navigate, but I bet it'll get better over time. And you can go and look at previous sales on pins to get an idea of the selling price, of the average selling price. That data is not available in the Disney Pinnacle experience. I think they're trying to purposely leave that stuff out. What's up, Black Fang? How are you, baby? I think they're trying to purposely leave that stuff out, and they'll allow it other places because it's all on the Flow blockchain. Not the Wax blockchain, the Flow blockchain, but blockchain is blockchain. The information is shared, it's trackable, everyone can go in, they can build tools around it. I don't know enough about Flow, but I'm starting my education. I'm starting to get my degree in it. I'm gonna learn more and more every day as I can. But let's say I wanna do that trade, and I do like that trade. I could say create an offer. Somebody else just made me a trade offer. I don't know if they wanted my Akbar, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and create this one. Now, it says set offer expiration. Oh, I can set it to be only good for 24 hours or bad design. I can't read those. I could say only good for 3 days. They will be notified of your offer and will only have that time to respond. I mean, it makes sense, right? To be fair, this might be a bit insulting. Now I see it a little more clearly. There are 647 of this Akbar. There are only 148 of this Han Solo. Maybe I don't want to send that trade. I think that might be a little bit of a insult. So I'm gonna back out of that. I don't think that's fair to him. I'm gonna exit this trade. But I did just get another trade. Let's see if I refresh this page. Do I see my new trade offer? There's new friends. Thank you guys for friending me so we can do trades in the future. Trades. You received an offer to trade pins from LDH2164. I can say view offer. I can take a look at the offer. Oh, somebody wants my Darth Vader. Look at that dark purple background. Limited 282 pieces. They're willing to trade me the Pixar Fuzzy Party Sully. It's not the same rarity, but does that matter as much? You got a supply of 282 of the Darth Vader. You got a supply of the 400 of the Sully. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna think about it a little bit. Let's see what these other trades were. There's one from Funko Fan 34. He wants my Akbar, and he's willing to trade for a BB-8. Both of them have the same color background, therefore there should be the same rarity. If we look out, it says Open Edition Silver, so you know the rarity, Open Edition Silver. That's 647, that's 690. Just to keep things good for me, it reminds me that I have 2 in my collection. That's a pretty good trade. I like that. I love BB-8. Would I like to get BB-8? I think I would. But I'm going to look at my other offers first and just make sure nothing better is there. Lugs has sent one. Oh, no, he sent me a message. I'll have to read that in a little bit. This one expired. Can I even see what the expired? I can't even see what the expired trade offer was. And there's Tech. I had made an offer and I didn't even know. I'm gonna take that deal, I believe, from Funko Fan 34. I like that one. Akbar for BB-8. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to accept it. Are you sure you want to finalize this trade? Confirming a trade is final. Once it's accepted, the trade is irreversible and cannot be undone, just like on Wax. Confirm. Now, because I did this, anywhere that I'm logged in, whether it's on the website, oh, it's going through the confirmation, which is it's finalizing a transaction on the blockchain. It's not Wax, but it still went pretty quick. Now, if I deal. So now if we go back over here and go to my collection, I should see probably in the number 1 slot right up here. There's the BB-8 I just traded for. And now I'll be down an Akbar. Is an apple-to-apple trade important? Need to be of equal value if you are both happy? No. In that case, you're totally cool with it. Like I would trade a open edition for a limited edition if that open edition was a really small number. I will tell you, If they were kind of similar mint numbers, or if it just made me happy. It doesn't have to be a super even comparison. Like you said, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. I will say this before anybody goes any further. Keep in mind that if we're talking about long-term value, it is, guess what it is? Supply and demand, right? Yeah, thank you, FunkoFan34. Great trade. I got another one on my watch. Keep in mind supply and demand. Looking at those total supply numbers, looking at mint numbers, and looking at rarity are important, especially if you're thinking about maybe one day I want to sell this, right? Now, if a trade makes you happy, like Chucky said, just go with it. As long as you're not going to regret it later, just go for it, right? The darker the color background, and this is an early statement for me, I may amend later, but this is how I'm feeling about it. The darker color background are the more likely ones to fetch some real good money down the road. I think all of these have the potential to make you some money or go up in value, depending on how you're collecting and why. But these purple backgrounds, limited edition, those limited, where's the other one I'm looking for? Hold on. There's one, this one. Open event edition. That's a little lighter, but those are the kind of things that I think will go for a lot more money, especially the limited edition in the long run, because again, limited supply, only available for a short amount of time, and keep in mind, those cost a lot more to buy. That limited edition that I opened for this, I think was $29.95, so $30, might have even been $40, for a chance to pull one of 6 different treasures, Pixar treasures. I got lucky and got the Scream canister, but already this one is selling for $240. Whereas one of these that's more of an open edition, even if the number count is lower, like let's look at one, like Darth Vader. No, he was also limited. Let's find one that's an open edition, but it's a low piece count. This here we go. Sully Pixar Egg Extravaganza. This is the silver. 446 pieces. It's not going to sell for $200 right now. Could in the future. But it's an open edition, meaning it was open for several days or a month. People could buy, and they might get one of these different rarities. And it's not like a one of a kind. There's like the regular version. There's different rarities. There's the silver version. There's the digital display. So you could get something from that. Not necessarily that one. Whereas this right here, that's it. There's no other rarities of that. There's no other versions. It's just that. That's the one. Going to be more highly sought after for sure. Part of what makes all this fun continue is peeps working together for a common cause, collecting, community. Exactly. So there's no Monster Pete that I can find. There's no kind of RAM. There's no kind of ongoing storage costs. There's none of that stuff. It is literally buy with your credit card or Apple Pay or whatever. You have an account. You don't pay a monthly membership. There's none of that stuff. You just buy, hold, sell, trade. Pretty clean. No cryptocurrency involved. Just do your thing. So will the open edition means Disney will keep making them? I have open. So from what I can tell, I don't know the exact definition, but an open edition means they opened it for X amount of time and they sold it. We have already seen in the case of, I think it was this Star Wars Mandalorian. Let me double check. Yeah. Let me put this back on the screen. It keeps timing out and I forget to re-up. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, something I just saw on Friday for the first time that it really started to click and make sense to me was you've got this. Go back to this and turn this on. Clicking the wrong button, sorry. Right here, this for sale, Star Wars Mandalorian Volume 1-2. That's kind of a misleading title. It's not Volume 1 and 2 or Volume 1 through 2. It's Volume 1, 2nd edition. So if we click on this and get more details, which you always should, you gotta read. People don't want to, but you need to if you want to understand these things. I would have had answers to some of my questions on Friday if I'd have slowed down and read. Click on this again and try. View mystery capsule details. Come down. You see where it says right here, 2nd printing. That's the Roman numeral 2 that we saw. open edition. So what I think they could do at some point is go, hey, we did that open edition and we closed that and we're not going to make any more of the first printing. But we do reserve the right to make more of these and call it second printing, third printing, fourth printing. Which means, look, it's not as rare. People want to go after first printing of something. But it's more accessible in general for your everyday flyby fan. They just want to collect, cool. I'm gonna grab that one and get it cheap. If you go out on the market when it's open, you can grab up some of those open edition pins for $1, $2. Oh, good. Funko Fan 34, I didn't know this. He said, and the second printings are slightly different variants. So if we come down, oh yeah, like it's silver, but I think it was gold variant in the first one. That's a really good call. This is a, what sparkle is this? Lux Marble. That there was not a Lux Marble in volume 1 or I'm sorry, printing 1, I don't think. So that's a good point. Good call out on that, Funko Fan 34. Yeah, that's a really good call out. So, you know, those might still be sought after. Here's the ultimate thing. Again, it's supply and demand. Right now, you have a very limited amount of people collecting these, but you have Disney, one of the biggest companies in the world. You have these licenses in Pixar, Star Wars, Disney. We haven't seen Marvel yet. Could we see it? Yes, we sure could. We got Star Wars. Could they venture out into other things? Sure. Anything under the Disney umbrella they could make. They could go back to older movies. They could do more event themed things. They clearly are supporting like D23. Just recently on Friday, I showed this video. They had a D23 and in a room full of, it looked like hundreds, maybe thousands of people they showed on the video screen, this is Disney Pinnacle. Everyone is a D23 Gold member. You can get first access to these pins. They are actively promoting it. Disney Plus perks, actively promoting it. I've seen screenshots of people using their Disney Plus app on a device like an Apple TV, actively promoting it. That's something Funko did not do. Or at least not to any significant scale. A little bit. Cards and Fun Days boxes to a few hundred people, a few thousand people. The free giveaways at the cons, but not on the scale that Dapper is doing with Disney Pinnacle, with Disney's assistance. Gorner Graphics says, now how you do it is have 10% of the first edition drop held to include in the second edition. That would be an interesting approach. And look, this whole thing's in beta. They're making slow, progressive changes as they pick up momentum on this thing. There are not many of the limited edition drops. There's only been maybe 2 in the last month. I think they're slow pacing this as they build up, and eventually we're going to see this get far more prevalent, far more accepted. The Disney pin trading community is insane, and God forbid, and I say this as a joke because I would love to see it, what if they made some physical redemption pins for your digital collectibles? What if they were like, hey, let's try it. Let's make one. We sell it as a limited edition. Everybody who gets it gets the pin. Or everybody who gets it with a little special thing up in the corner, certain rarity, certain different one, those folks get a pin. People will lose their damn mind, because then you'd be talking about 200, 300 pins in the world. Let's take a moment. Let's go back out to another source we have, eBay. Disney enamel pin LE100. Let's see if it even exists. Here we go. There's one of Mickey in an airplane. It's just the first one that came up. But now let's go down to closed sales. And let's take a look at this. Tinkerbell LE100, $150. Yeah, this was a set from Loungefly, ironically. Here's Stitch Tuxedo Pop Art Show LE100, $179. Now let's sort this by, where's the sort? Oh, it says 0 results. How do I? What? There's usually a sort function over here. It says results matching fewer words, and that's messed things up. Is it enamel that messed it up? Let's do this. Here we go. Sort highest first. Whoa, a set of these 5 Jessica Rabbit LE 100 pins, $1,500. This one right here with Chernabog, $1,276 at auction. Could have done better on a buy it now. Here we go. Stitch, Win Bell, under $11.69. $900. Well, it's not a single pin. $900, $860 for a set here. So there's a precedent for these going for a lot of money. And in the future, this would be no exception. I think this could do great as well. Turn on the air conditioning. Hopefully it doesn't kill everything. Marvel won't show up until right before they decide to close down. Oh, come on. The sarcasm. If it was Funko, they would then do a holiday pin drop where you could buy a whole set of nearly identical pins as the NFT ones. Maybe. So VV, I liked VV, right? I've gone back and forth on this one for a while. I liked VV from a concept. I did not initially get into VV because there was no out. You could buy in, you could collect, but you could never sell and then cash out. You could sell for their in-app gems or whatever they were called, but you could never cash out and get your money. So the values inside were in this echo chamber, and they were kind of inflated, right? They finally opened it up. They're changing things now where the red gems are going to go away, and you're going to be dealing in OMI, which is a cryptocurrency. They're going more the way of the Funko stuff, which that can be complicated to people, and they may not want to onboard. I bought a few things, and I like it, but I only have so much money. So for me, it's not about, is VV cool and do I want in? It's more about, where do I want to put my money? And to me, the simplicity of this is key for Disney Pinnacle. The simplicity of collecting and having it. Here's another thing. I can buy on my phone real easy. I can also interact with the website. Soon, trading's already there on the phone. Before long, selling will probably be there on the phone. And with the new litigation around digital transactions through apps, and Apple and Android getting the 30% cut now having been essentially knocked out thanks to Fortnite, Epic Games, they will be more likely to open up these markets on the phones and go, well, yeah, we don't have to give up 30% of every sale, so let's go. Maybe it was just an infrastructure thing. They just got it built. Corner Graphics says, I was able to sell the gem somehow. I do even remember how, but I got good money from it. Yeah, and it was probably some sort of like, hey, if you PayPal me $100, I'll send you the gems. Not really set up in such a way that was, one, probably legal, two, safe for both parties. They didn't build the structure for it. Someone worked around it. But again, it changed over time. Is it a queue-type style if demand picks up to buy them? Yes. So on the Disney Pinnacle app, if a limited edition drop comes out, you can go in there in advance and get in the queue, and then when your turn comes up, you can purchase. So there is a benefit to arriving early and getting a place in line. That also, I mean, you can have multiple devices, sure, right? You could have multiple people, multiple accounts going in and buying these things. What I have not seen is there any way to just transfer pins? Like, I can't go in and just go, I'm going to give this one to Misty. I don't think that's the thing. I think you can only do trades and buying and selling. So it might get a little complicated if somebody has set up 500 bot accounts and then wants to go in and try and sell them. They'd have to interact with every one of the accounts, and hopefully that slows them down a bit. Time will tell, right? But again, NBA Top Shots kind of was at the forefront of all this digital collectible stuff, because before COVID even hit, I bought some Top Shots and was kind of interacting with it, and I did not know what NFTs were, what was happening. I finally got into it a little bit and really started enjoying that, but it was an expensive thing, and I was like, I don't want to go too deep, you know? Red Ranger says, how often do they do limited drops, and are they announced sufficiently beforehand? Again, I've only seen 2 in the last month. I've only been heavily paying attention to Disney Pinnacle over the last month or two. So I don't know. Maybe let's call it 2 a month. That's what I see right now. Do they promote it in advance? Yes. They send you push notifications if you're allowing them. They send emails. It's on the website. I'm going to be paying attention to it regularly so I can give you guys a heads up. Corner Graphics says, I was in an ad, but I just looked this up. At one point, VV did have a cash out feature, and I was able to turn the gems into cash out through it. Now that I think about it, that's what I remember happening, at least. Yeah, again, that was after they didn't have a way out for a while, because I've been talking about this for years. And when VV first came out, there was no cash out. Then they added it, and now they're in a transition of going from red gems, or just gems, to OMI. They're gonna be phasing out the gems. So for those of you who do have gems, might want to go do something with it. Read up, do your research. I'm trying to tell you what I know. I may not be 100% accurate on that because I'm not in it. I'm just reading about it a little bit here and there. I'm now in Disney Pinnacle. I'm like actively participating. And one of the key things I learned over the weekend was be careful, because there are some pins that seem like they're the same pin, but they're not. They're just real similar. Why does that matter? Let's show that. Oh, go back here. I was in the right spot. They have these sets. Ooh, Max Rebo looks cool. They have these sets that you can go down. If you go to, it's sets at the bottom bar, all the way down there next to my avatar. They have these sets you can try to complete. They have little check boxes similar to the Droppp website, where, you know, it's kind of grayed out if you don't have it. Like the whatever character it is in the upper left-hand corner there. But I do have the one there in the middle and the Grogu at the bottom. It says I have it. I want to try to complete that set. They offer set bonuses that are backgrounds if you complete the sets. But they also just recently set a precedent 2 weekends ago where they had a big trade event, and if you performed enough trades over the weekend, you got a bonus airdrop. All the way up to some people, if you had completed 81 trades, you got a real nice airdrop. And some people got pins that were limited print run to under 100. So apparently the Disney Pinnacle team had a wallet where they were doing some stuff. And they gave away some real gems that sold for already hundreds of thousands of dollars. They could do more of these types of in the future, where like complete a set and we'll give you a bonus pin. I think they may have done that before already. But like, I don't have all 4 of these, but Justin might, and I don't know if he's gone in and done the thing to complete, and is there kind of a bounty or an award he gets for completing the set? I don't know. I am now got 3 of the 4 from this Monsters Inc. set. I still need the Boo. I can click on it here and see which ones I'm missing. Yeah, pins you're missing. I still miss the Randall Peekaboo and the Boo 2319. I might try to pick those up in the future so I can complete that set, just because I like to complete it. There also might be a bounty. The only one I know about that's active right now is the Star Wars Alphabet. See, I need that Millennium Falcon. This is what got me on this. I wanted to buy a Millennium Falcon over the weekend, but this particular one that I'm missing is the Starter Edition. It is not available on the market at all. In fact, I think it may be locked out from being on the market. I would probably have to trade for that. Misty said Funko just posted shared stickers. The VV and Motu are show only. VV? Oh, you mean V Friends. V Friends. Took me a minute. Had to put my brain on. Oh, yeah. Here's all the... So, New York Comic Con, shared. So we can see, these are all Funko.com, Amazon. Show only. The Batman, Batgirl, Batman Beyond, Joker, Orko. So that was right, show only. The V Friends and the toppers. The little, whatever they called again? I forgot. Like bling or something like that. Yo, what's up, official? How are you? FunkoFan34 says some of the set bonuses are free capsules from a current open. That's right, I forgot about that. You're right, FunkoFan30. I did get one of those one time before. So I really missed out on this one. If I had just picked up the Millennium Falcon within the deadline, I probably would have got a free Star Wars capsule, but I didn't do it, so I missed out. That Millennium Falcon was probably like $6.95, $7.95. I just didn't go back to the store and get it in time. That's on me. And I'd like to trade for it one day if I can. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Misty. That's interesting. Good to see. Good to know. But anyway, there's sets to complete on there. So I know I lose people whenever I get into these discussions, but like I always want to hear, like, what do you guys think? Is this like, do you think, no, there's no future in Disney Pinnacle for me? Here's a problem I see with Disney Pinnacle. Here's an answer I would like to get from Dapper Labs about the Disney Pinnacle stuff. Like, what does your gut tell you? Because there's been some great questions and finds here on stream through our conversations over the years. Like learning to complete sets on Atomic Hub easily and add all the missing stuff to a cart. That was just huge that we found there, saving us a ton of time. Maybe a skill we won't get to use anymore, but you know. Any thoughts, any questions, any concerns? I'd love to hear from you guys. Walking Miracle, not much in it for me as of right now, but I'll get the Disney Plus free. I think that's a great approach. At least take the freebies. Yeah, Misty, I don't foresee that being a thing for long. It's been over the last 6 months, they've gone from, and maybe even 3 months, they've gone from only market open every other weekend and trading every other weekend to trading is available Monday through Thursday and the market is open on the weekends. I wouldn't be surprised at all if in a couple of months they go, new version of the app, market and trading open all the time, have at it. They're, like I said, they're slowly ramping. Here's the problem. If we wait until it reaches its peak level performance and it's doing everything we want, that's when the stuff is probably going to really take off big time. If you're like me and you like to, hey, I'd like to invest and buy things at $6, $7, $8 and watch it turn into hundreds, I think now is the time to get involved and buy. Not financial advice. This is what what I'm running on. Just like I've shown a history of this, and I think I've been right on most of it. Just like it was smarter in Back to the Future to buy the stuff when you could get it in the packs and complete the royalty sets. Just like right before Droppp Arcade, going in and buying all the stuff on the floor for $0.01 and 2 cents. All that's paid off because you were early, and then the tidal wave of other collectors and people that got in the know came in. If you wait until it's all there, there may be little to no wiggle room and you're going to be paying a lot for pins. Chucky said, you're asking how deep you should go into it. Wait. Walking Miracle said, if we had waited on Droppp to be perfect, we'd still be waiting. Well, there you go. That too. Chucky said, you're asking how deep you should go into it. Never invest any money you are willing to lose. Never put more than 10% into one basket of eggs. I think that's great advice. Yeah, and I'm that's a default for me. That makes sense. I'm not spending money I shouldn't. I'm being very careful and very selective, and I'm only buying a few things right now. But you have to gauge what works for you. Misty said, and missing the info on how to make a list of trusted sellers and traders. I think that's up to you. I think that's your responsibility. I don't know that, like, Funko didn't provide a way to make a list of trusted sellers and traders. There's a Discord, not for me, maybe not for you, but we have our community. Already a bunch of people have friended me and sent me, trade offers. I think you can build those communities off of the platform, and some people will start off trusted and then they'll do something wrong. It's the nature of the beast, right? So I don't think that's on them. I think that's on us, the collectors, to suss that out. Maybe down the road it'd be cool if they added it. Oh, Misty, I walked everybody through it. You didn't see that? In order to connect with a person, they've just got to send you their trade link. So, like in the app, let's go. If I go down to trade at the bottom center. Get your trade link. So basically, and you can see down the side all the people that I've connected with already. If you want to work with somebody, you've got to give them your link or they've got to give you their link. It's that simple. So I copied the trade link, I pasted it in the chat here. Anybody who clicked on it then became friends, and we could propose trades. Yeah, that's what we walked through earlier. If you're trying to find somebody, say, outside of our group that is looking to trade with you, not right now, Misty. No, not right now. And I venture, I was thinking about this. I think they do that on purpose. Because if you could just go out, like, it works on Atomic Hub, it was there, right? You could go out, you could search for a certain NFT, and you could propose a trade for that person. Guess what happens? People are like, oh, I'll offer you this, that's, LE 33 million, and 2 cents worth of wax for that NFT you have that's worth $700. Annoying. Stupid people trying to take advantage of a system. I think they're trying to stop that. I think they're trying to keep that from happening. Much like also the Wii, you couldn't just search somebody and add them as a friend. You had to send them your friend code, or the Switch, because that kept parents felt a little more secure about letting their kids on there. Some stalker, creepoid, couldn't find them by searching, add them, and send, you know, messages they shouldn't send. I think that Disney is, or not Disney, I think Dapper is specifically making this experience what it is. So that's where the Discord or other groups come in. You could go out and go, hey, gang, I'm in search of this particular pin. If you've got it and you're willing to trade, drop me your link. And then you could click on the link and you could add those people. No confirmation that they're good people, that they're going to make a good trade, so you still have that issue. But Shep says, does anyone in the chat know if the NYCC exclusives will follow the same pricing pattern Funko has for the... They should. Yeah, everything with those stickers should be following that. Since they put out that tiered pricing, that was the known thing. So I think they should, yeah. No, I've not seen any wording on it, but I've not seen any wording to the contrary. And I think they would come out and say, we've changed our mind, we're going back to the old way, if that were the case. Chucky said, example, my wife and I are invested in many things with a financial advisor that has a bit more than $1 billion that has control over. We are not overly invested in any single thing. No, I don't dispute that at all. I think that's solid advice. I think you're 100%. I'm not looking at this as a put my kids through college, allow me to retire kind of investment when I say that. This has the potential to go crazy, like those pops I bought in 2011 and 2012, but that was always a long shot gamble. That was always just a, hey, what if? And it paid off. It's cool. But I have my investments. I'm not trying to say this is the investment that's going to put your kids through college. I think this is a fun other thing to play with and enjoy your fandom and see if it takes off and becomes a thing. I'm not implying these are commodities. No, not in any way, shape, or form. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Chuck. You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, it could be Red Ranger, a get-rich-quick scheme. There's a lot of people that were flipping on Droppp, and they were making, well, I think they were making money, or else what was the point? It wasn't worth it. Buy a few extra but a few extra bucks made along the way doesn't hurt. Yeah, but also, these limited edition drops, you go in, you buy it for 30 bucks, you pull a mint number 1, limited to 279 pieces, and you might find yourself on that market the next week selling it for $3,000. So it could be the gamble that pays off. There's no guarantee. I never pulled a 101 out of Droppp. I never pulled 6 grails out of 6 packs. I didn't have that kind of luck, but one day I might have, if the runway kept going. Yeah, Gornographic, I went over all that too earlier. I was showing one of the accounts you can follow if you want to get an idea of the potential for sales is called Pinnacle Bot. Pinnacle Pin Bot. I apologize. I'll share this here. We can roll through a few. Yeah, I mean this is part of the formula, right? Supply and demand. Now we have to actually see it working too. The biggest sale to date, and there were 2 of these 101s that they were giving out, and this is something I told everybody about back then. You had a chance to participate, you did or you didn't. They had these 101s that they gave out. One of them sold for $30,000, and the other one sold for $20,000. Those are going to be very rare examples, but here's more common examples. $329 pin, limited to 333 pieces of Elsa, $329 of the sale. $1,300, I'm rounding. This Mowgli pen sold for. $225 for this Nien Nub. Luke, $390. This Sally, $200. $485. $590. $400. $500. $275. Any sale over $200 gets shared out on this account. Again, it's on the blockchain. They build a tool. $1,350. $245. $600. $339. We'll get to the big ones in a minute. There was a $4,000 sale over the weekend, I think. $665. $3,300. $3,300. I went through all this already, Gornographic. Sorry, the timing wasn't good. But sales on some of the stuff from open drops can go as little as $1 or $2. Stuff from the limited edition drops, probably the minimum on those is like $50 to $100, with sales going all the way up to thousands. Yeah, it, like anything else, you got to do your research. There is a tool that I shared earlier, but sadly that seems to be offline at the moment. I'll share the link again. But Disney, Pinnacle, and Vercel, for some reason I remember that as being a part of the URL. This Disney Pinnacle dashboard, they're doing some sort of update on it right now, but we looked at this on Friday, and dang, it has some really good data in there where you can look at the sales history on every single pin, so you can know what the value, what somebody's willing to pay for a thing is, and you know how much to list your items for, or how much to buy for. You at least have a reference. All right. Drops start off at $5.95 is the cheapest. Most are $6.95 for the open editions. For the limited editions, I believe it starts at $29.95. What's up, Mindy? That's for one pin, but usually of high exclusivity. Funko Fan 34, I was happy selling a mint 156 pin and being able to put vinyl flooring down in the room of my house for free. But I'm not planning to retire on this strategy. See, there you go. That's a great way to word it. I bought a Mandalorian capsule for fun, pulled the child 217 current count. That could be very nice. Chucky, you would have had a stroke if you hit a 101. Yeah, I would have. We would be here to see it, but which of us know your address to call the paramedics? That's true. Yeah, now, Gornographic, not financial advice, but what I'm trying to do is provide a, hey, if you enjoyed the world of Droppp and collecting the NFTs that Funko was making, and you're looking to scratch that itch and collect something else that has a high probability of being successful, I think this is one of the options. I would also like to spend more time learning about McFarlane Digital. I think there's some really good opportunities there because of their DC tie-ins and Spawn, and another Spawn movie is on the way. That could be huge for that. I think there's some opportunity possibly in Vivi. A little less excited about that one just as a whole. Some great licenses, but they're going down a different path that with the OMI that I'm a little concerned about. I think there's really good opportunities with Fannable. We looked at that last Tuesday. Fannable is a very unique experience where you can actually submit your graded collectibles to get an NFT in exchange. You can buy and sell that NFT on the secondary market and make money in perpetuity. Do your research. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but we will in future streams. And I'd love to have the one of the folks that runs that here to talk about it on stream. Well, Gornographic, I also will still be playing in the Funko NFT area. I am like 97% on, maybe higher, on collecting one of everything except the one-of-ones. And I would like to get the rest. I would like to complete those. If the market tanks and I can pick them up for pennies again, I'll probably buy some more to sit on and just some different things too. But my hope is, and I've said this before too, but I think it's worth noting again in case anybody new is here, even if Droppp said we're done, we're never making another thing, it doesn't prevent a third party or individual, well, let's still be a third party, business or individual, from creating utility for those NFTs. And I have a few ideas. Or Funko in the future could go, guess what? Yeah, we feel bad how the NFT thing went. If you're headed out to San Diego Comic-Con this year and you've got one of those rare stickers from 2 years ago, hit us up. We're going to get you front of the line. Are they going to do it? Probably not. Probably not, because that would just stir up a whole different conversation. But Pop Paragon with Twitchy Tides, the card game, why do I keep Meta Battler? Meta Battler could go in and go, guess what? We feel bad for all you Funko NFT collectors. We're going to offer some additional power, magnified power for some of the NFTs. An individual could say, send me your NFTs and I'll give you this in return. I have a couple ideas. What's up, Chuck? Home from work. Nice. Chucky said, correct. Adrian from Wombat actually added some Funko NFTs to Dungeon Master. See? There's nothing to stop anybody from doing that. The question is, to the person or company that does that, what are they going to get at it? What can they do? Maybe it's just a way to onboard new players. Maybe it's a way to bring players back. Maybe it's strictly we want to operate and take advantage of a trending hashtag. Companies would be smart right now to take advantage. Like if Figpen had ever listened to me and made NFTs, I tried to get them in this realm. I actually finally did with Vivi, but if they had done it on Wax, they could right now take a shot at Funko and go, hey, if you got Star Wars NFT, come on over, redeem your Star Wars NFT for a Figpen NFT. We want to get you more Figpen, less Funko in your collection. Come trade them. And they could issue new NFTs and they could trade them out, and then they could burn those Star Wars ones, or they could sit on them. They could do whatever they wanted. The possibilities are limitless. Any one of you could come up with a way. That's the beauty of the blockchain and the way these things are designed and the way they sit there. It was created, and it's up to us, the creators and the fans, to see what we can do with it. We can do whatever we want it. If one of you had an idea for a few bucks, you could get somebody like Dan to code and make the thing happen. You just got to have the you got to do the brainstorming and figure it out. Okay, enough rambling. That's NFT Tuesday. Don't forget to get your free NFT. I'm happy to keep talking about this, but it seems like the chatter's dropped off. Justin Clayton said this. The marketplace sales have been super exciting for Disney Pinnacle. I'd love physical redeemables and Marvel if they could incorporate that license. I don't see why they couldn't. They're doing Marvel pins at the parks, correct? So I think they could. They own it, so it's up to them to decide. The only reason I can see maybe Disney staying out of it is if not allowing Dapper to do it, is if they had other plans for digital Marvel pins. Or a digital Marvel license, period. Darth Wacko, Substreak just had a baby. Subscribe for live 11 months, currently on a 9-month streak. Welcome back, sir. We've been having a good conversation about Droppp and the what ifs and what's going to go down and what's going to happen. One thing I wanted to look at to circle back to Droppp. I meant to do this earlier, but I forgot about it. What do some of those early NFTs look like now? Like, what's the count? If we go back to, let's say, one of the original Star Trek drops, what does an epic look like these days? Originally, it was one of, is that an updated? That must be an updated number, the 2422. Or was that the original number? Oh, okay, here we go. 2422. Held by 1,289 holders. There have been 302 burned of that epic. 272 burned of that epic. But what I really wanted to look at was the grails. Let's see how grails are affected. Grail Spock. 88 burned. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Darth Wacko, sorry I missed it. Got bogged down on some other content I wanted to get. Oh, no worries, Darth Wacko. Appreciate you being here. I just wanted to see what kind of impact it had. How about Funko Halloween Series, the first from 2021, Grail. 77 burn. These numbers are not as bad as I thought they would be. Legendary, 143 burn. Also, the Royalty, there we go. The Royalty had a lot of points this season and would have been a way for people to bump up real quick. 180 burned, so almost 10%. No, over 10%. 20 would be so about 15% of the royalties for that were burned. Not as high in numbers as I thought they would be. How about the original TMNT? Yeah, they do feel low. I agree. Poppin' Stock, what's up, brother? Daria Epic are under LE 500 now. Noise. Red Ranger, wish there was an easy way to see what cards burn the most. I mean, There's not a chart that I can think of where you can see it immediately, but because it's on the blockchain, and I've had a little fun playing with ChatGPT, there is some ways to kind of code to get that information. The problem is with so many individual projects, it becomes challenging. If Funko there's so many projects, and they're not in one project, and that adds a level of complexity. Older stuff probably also was burned less just cause. Like maybe people avoided burning the older ones possible. That's why I started with Star Trek and didn't go right to Turtles. Misty said, I think season 2 and newer faced more burns. Year 1, don't think that was enough people buying. Let's jump up then. Let's try House of the Dragon. I don't feel like a lot of people would have been too concerned about. Let's see. Oh, it's a Grail I'm missing. Number burned 119. Okay, that might be a little higher. Let's check the Grails. Can we can't sort by rarity here. There's no way to do that. You can only do it in the cards you hold, but I can still do it there. And I can say, show me just the Grails. Wouldn't be Ultron. Let's go back. Let's look at My Little Pony. I have a feeling there might be a few burns there. 160 burned. Buddy the Elf. 193 burned. Oh, that brings that down to... yeah, it's definitely not... That's not the number of current. So you'd have to take the 999 and subtract 193. So basically 700. Horatio Hoodoo. 294 burned. See, that makes that far more rare. Or at least a little more rare. Neo, 131 burned. Invisible Freddy, 195 burned. Fred Flintstone, 224 burned. Wow, pretty high. This one only had 666 to start with. Where'd it go? I scrolled right past it. 48 burned. So yeah, people didn't want to burn too many. Big Boy, 89 burned. Spock we looked at. From Power Rangers, 208 burned. So not as much as I thought, but still, I mean, if we're talking 20% on some of these, they're now far more limited than they were before. I still hold to the fact, I mean, we've got Star Trek has some rabid fans in this world. This is the one and only Spock Grail NFT, I think, in the world, right? Maybe one of the lowest numbered. There were some Leonard Nimoy NFTs on wax at one point, and there may be other NFT projects featuring the Star Trek license, but still, this is limited now to 920 pieces in the world, essentially. It's pretty limited, man, when you think about how many people are on this planet. Walking Miracle, I burned a Droppp exclusive because if everything goes to heck and those can't be transferred, then they're the best. They're lost anyway. I agree with that. Let's look at Minnie Mouse, my example that never paid off the way I hoped. One of the things I was very wrong on. This one, because of the burn of the packs, instead of 999, it's really, what did I say, 480, something like that. And now another 100 burned. Okay, 458. Take out another 100, so you're looking at 357. Wow. 357 of a Minnie Mouse NFT in the world. Gordon Graphic, can Funko just sell these NFTs to that other company with the pins? That would be cool if Funko sells the NFT division. So they could absolutely sell the division to someone else, but their license with the owners of the license, their agreement, still would be legal and valid. So unless Disney, like, we don't know what the agreement looked like. It might have been Disney that forced Funko's hand and said these have to be exclusives to Droppp. It might not have. We made assumptions, right? that could all still be changed too. Even though there's a legal agreement between the two, Funko could go and say, hey, look, we gotta get rid of this platform. It's costing us too much money. We need you to just sign off and say we can make these things where you can transfer out a drop to the Wax blockchain. They could do that. Or like you said, they could sell the whole company. That company could then go in and try to figure out what to do with it. There is a platform here that's been built and makes sense for somebody else to come in and do something with. And I still think this is a free idea for somebody who's got the money. You go in to Funko and you go, you don't want to keep this site up and running. We'll buy it from you. Here's what we want. We're going to buy the site in its total, in everything. We're going to own all that. We're going to keep the site up and running, but we want a long-term contract from you guys where once a month, once every 2 months, whatever they dictate, we get 5 exclusives from you. And then we can go over and we can do what we want on this new platform. But you're going to give us those 5 exclusives. You're going to give them to us up front. We're going to buy them. You're going to send them to us. Then that company could go, hey guys, look, we got these 5 different exclusives. Maybe we do 1 a week. Maybe we do all 5 at once, whatever. We're going to sell these packs of these NFTs. They would have to get the right licensing stuff in place if they wanted to make the same kind of cards, but they don't have to. They could literally just make like Topps Now or Topps, whatever it's called, Moments is doing. Take the NFT, take the pop, make an NFT of that pop within reason, within legal bounds, right? And then just make some variants of that. So you're just buying one NFT. But if you happen to get lucky enough to pull the LE version of it, LE 500, that's redeemable for a pop. They could do that. There's a number of ways that somebody could take this platform and turn it into a successful business model if they were so inclined and were willing to take the gamble. But would Funko be willing to sell? Don't know. We'll see. Pop and Stock says, this is a list of the most burned templates. Not a percentage, but quantity. Oh, this is amazing. I didn't know you... Oh, Climbing Moon has it. Of course, I forgot about Climbing Moon stuff. The Iron Maiden series coin is right up near the top with 6,508 burned. Wow. If we... come over, Iron Maiden... Funko, templates, coin, bam. There were well, this is why. There were originally 36,000 of this coin. So there's still 29, yeah, right there, 6,508 burned. A mint, again, this is all on the blockchain, so it's all possible. So that, that kind of, the percentage would be thrown off because it had so many to start with. But you could go down, here's all the different ones that have been burned. Freddy Funko as Banshee had 4,691 burned. Let's look at that one. All right, let me just copy that. Let's try it this way. Should be titled exactly, because that would have pulled it from the blockchain. And it was a common. There you go. That's the one. There were originally 8,813 of that NFT, and now 4,691 have been burned. That still leaves a lot, but it's a pretty big percentage. Bacavali, royalties are going to be rare as well. I think Freddy as the front man is down into like 400 left. Wow, that's cool. Corner Graphic, I think that stuff will happen. Them selling Funko, probably first bankruptcy though. Nobody would buy them with $250 million in debt, no chance. Oh, that's absolutely not true. No, their companies carry lots of debt when they're building, and companies like that change hands all the time. I think it's highly unlikely that Funko would go completely bankrupt. I think, I've always said it's either going to be Disney or Fanatics will buy Funko, and they would take $250 million in debt, no problem. Yeah, those numbers are kind of to some companies like Disney or Fanatics that are worth tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars. That's the equivalent of me going, I'll take that pop off your hands. It's worth $100. I know you owe $10. I'll cover that as well. So I'm going to buy the pop from you for $100. I'll pay the 10. I'm still up $90. Like, it's, yeah, that's not a big deal. Would be shiesty if they didn't provide an option for the exclusive NFTs. Shiesty, unethical, however you want to look at it, but they could absolutely do it. My gut tells me they'll keep the site up and running for a long time. Other videos you'll watch of the the couple that badmouths everything, they keep talking about servers and storing all this stuff, but there's no servers. This is on the blockchain. It's out of the storage is not the issue for Funko at this point. Chucky says, what happens if the IP says, nope, you failed? Not my problem. You cannot get a new agreement that allows our NFTs to be non-drop exclusives. Well, that's a problem Funko would have to, that could very well happen. They could just be like, there's no money in it for us. We don't want to renegotiate. We don't care. And Funko could have to find a way to either break the news and deal with the consequences, pay us out, which I seriously doubt they're going to do, offer something else in return. They could do, but probably won't. They've got options on the table. I don't know what they would do. Gornographic, this is even more wild than a Gorn statement. We will bridge that. If that happens, no reason to assume we are screwed yet. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah. Can I zoom in on the list? Better yet, how about here's the link and you can go look at it. I don't think I'll be able to zoom in enough to where it's going to matter a lot for you, but I'll try. Because as soon as I zoom into, well, okay, it is adjusting. There you go. Arcade redeemable delivered. There you go. A massive write-off probably. If they were to dump the drop stuff, maybe. Red Ranger, surprise Toy Story is the most burned non-Funko IP. That is interesting. Backlash would be severe. I agree. Yeah. Geek Drifter, thank you for the sub. Prime for 35 months. Justin Clayton, who owned Droppp before? That was Tokenhead. But technically, I don't think Droppp existed at all before Tokenhead. I think Tokenhead existed as the app, and I don't know what else they had in the works, but then Funko acquired those guys because of their knowledge and expertise and said, all right, we're partial owner, then eventually became full owner. We want to build out this Droppp website, and then those guys built it. They may have already had it in development, but if you guys remember the early days, we had to do all this stuff on wax through a pop-up site, essentially, that they created specifically to deal with the pack openings and that kind of stuff. It looked almost exactly like what the top stuff looked like back in the day, because it was just a templatized website that they built for handling those kind of things. Then Droppp came along, which I thought ultimately, at first was kind of silly of an idea, but now makes a lot more sense why they did that. I think it got to be a pretty nice site. We all had some things we wanted, but I like the look of it overall. Somebody already bought one of the pops for $4.50, one of the redemption coins. Chucky said, what if Droppp/Funko knows exclusives cannot be moved, but they waited for the burn to see what is left so they know how many they have to appease? Oh, yeah, that could be a thing. Like I said, I don't think they know what the game plan is. I think they're figuring it out. Darth Wacko, I said, no, the write-off if Disney or Fanatics acquired millions of debt in a purchase, it was mostly a joke. I'm not sure how that worked. I mean, they acquired the debt. They still are responsible for the debt. There may be a tax write-off in there if they pay it, but they still owe that money to someone. And people love to go to tax. I'm not making fun of you, Darth Wacko. People love to say, oh, I could write that off my taxes. That don't mean the thing's free. If you had, if I, made $50,000 and then I bought a $2,000 laptop, I get to write off the cost of the laptop, and all that does is diminish my taxable income. And it wouldn't even get it all in one shot, but it would bring my $50,000 down to $48,000, of which I still have to pay taxes on. It may make no difference at all. Tax write-offs are not what most people think they are. You're in business, you know better than most, but that site for the first few drops was so poor, it was tough to navigate, yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, you guys are having the conversation back and forth. Yeah, I mean, let's... Hopefully we're keeping things nice and we're having a conversation or debate, but not an argument. There's no reason for any arguments here. People can believe what they want. We can have a conversation, but we don't talk down to people and say you're stupid for something. I never will allow that here. We talk and we have a conversation. You believe this. I believe it to be a bit different, and here's why. That's how you do that, like adults. Zero chance Funko and Droppp does not know the agreements they signed that require a Droppp to remain a Droppp exclusive. Well, we don't know that was in the writing, honestly, Chucky. That was a theory I had. Another theory I had was that Disney, when they came to him, said, you can use our licenses, but we strictly do not want them appearing in the wax sites because we don't want to talk about NFTs. And Funko said, okay, we got a solution for that. Here it is. So the wording could be dictated by Disney in very different ways, could have been interpreted by Funko and then relayed to us in different ways. A solution. There's a bunch of different ways that could have gone. Yeah, but just not arguments. If there are arguments, I'll ban all parties involved. Pretty easy. You can talk like an adult or you don't talk at all. It's that simple. It's not complicated. This is not the Droppp Discord. I will not allow it to ever become the Droppp Discord. The way people spoke to each other in there was ridiculous. Like, just absolutely children going at one another for no reason whatsoever. That's not the world we need to live in. Mortal Wombats, how are you now? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so Justin Clayton, that was Tokenhead that started all that, but I don't think you could say they owned Droppp to go back. Yeah, I'm sure nothing's changed per problem solved. And I think that you can't blame Funko for that either. They tried to provide an area and then it was unfortunately bastardized by the people that use it. Like, this is pretty common. And like I've said in the past, as a license, a company becomes bigger, these problems almost always follow because you get the good people in and they help build it, and then the anger and the toxicity eventually seeps in. Mortal Wombat says, I'm good, thank you, my day has been good. I've got about another hour before bed. Nice. We've been talking about the I'm putting it in quotes because we don't know it to be true, the end of Droppp. We've been talking about Disney Pinnacle. We've been having some good conversations and theories. We're learning. We're learning every day. And I still think the world of digital collectibles is fledgling and new and will evolve and change. And it could look completely different in a year. It could be exact same for next 10 years. We don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's fun to have these conversations because I always, while talking to you guys, learn something, and I love to share with you so that you can learn something. But I mean, first and foremost, if you think you're interested in something, you got to get in there and click some buttons, see what it's about, learn about it, read about it. You know, I love to be able to help people, but you got your own research you got to do too. You know, and if you find out something you can bring it to the table for all of us, that'd be awesome. We all want to learn, I think. I could be wrong. All right, what else do we need to go over? We probably need to play a little Twitchy Tides. I got some packs to give away. In case the person is here that thinks I have things in my wallet that I shouldn't have or should be doing something with, I'd love to hear from you. Still waiting. Somebody's out there talking smack, and I don't know. I still don't know what the answer is. I would love to. I'd love to remedy that for them and everyone. Let's go down to Twitch game. Let's play a game of Twitchy Tides and give away some of those bug packs. Hopefully it'll run on my computer today. We'll see what happens. Oh, welcome here. I don't know if they're still talking smack, but they did at one point. And until I can get an answer, I'm just going to keep trying. That's it. Everybody's birthday is today and every month. Nadu, it's still a thought process. It's still me going, oh crap, I got to get on that. But we got to get going soon, because we're looking at the second week in November. So I'm gonna be on it in this next week. Right, I wish I knew. I got a note from somebody that said, hey, there's some people in the community that think you have some stuff in your packs, or there's some stuff in your wallet that you're holding on to for personal gain when you're not supposed to have it. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me who that is. That was in the process of me, I shored some things up. I sent the the X-Fish back to Pop Paragon because I was holding those. I did not use them to stake and do anything with. I was just holding them in my wallet for giveaways, but now Pop Paragon's taken that back over. So I sent that back over. And apparently some people think I have some other things that were similar. I don't know. I honestly ultimately just want to go away. But if I can remedy it, I'll remedy it. I probably shouldn't even said anything here. But I just kept hoping somebody would go, oh, I didn't realize he didn't know. Let me send him a message. That's all I'm asking for. Send me a message. But nobody will do that. Instead, they'll talk. They'll talk smack and try to bring down me as a person. Yeah, I agree. I've not opened any packs I was given that I shouldn't have opened. I've not staked any packs that I was given that I shouldn't be doing anything with. Like, to my knowledge, did I mess up somewhere? That's possible too. People make mistakes. I guess people forget that they also make mistakes and that all of us can just remedy those things and then go on our merry way. I don't know. No, I don't think it was a drop related thing. No, I don't think so. But could be wrong. It was a very vague description I was given on purpose, I'm sure. And I asked for clarification, but I didn't get it. Yeah, a very slow distribution system. That's why for this, like today, we're going to give away some of these bug packs. I did not take more than, I took 25, I gave away 25, I took 25 again. I'm going to give those 25 away. I'm not stockpiling. Not only do most people make mistakes, most people are mistakes. Dang, Chuck. Chucky, I'm perfect. I don't care what Las Vegas Ape claims about me. That's great. That's great. All right, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But if anybody hears anything, send them my way. That's cold. This is comic stuff. 2 to 10 Sully business days is not the same as 2 to 10 regular business days. This is correct. I do business on a very odd schedule. Okay, we're going to get this cranked up in about 10 seconds. Make sure you guys get in there. We're going to give away 1st through 5th is going to get a bug pack. We're not going to open them on stream. I'm just going to send them. And then if you have Codename Kitty and you get first place, you're going to get 5 million Woofy airdrop to you. We're going to kick this game off in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Oh, we got smooth movement, I think. Literally nothing has changed. Here we are. That's much better. I'm out. Oh, dang. I see a flex in there, a skin I've not seen in a game before. To be fair, I'm not participating in many outside of my stream. Just occasionally when Pop Paragon has Twitchy Tides TV up. It's not moving, though. And it doesn't have a name. What is that doing there? Is that one glitched? It's a carfish. It's a carfish. Why are there catfish? They're not cats. We living in this fun imaginary world. We have whatever we want. There's a freaking submarine in there. Oh no! Only one Codename Kitty remains. A 1 in 7 chance. Let's see what happens. Zach Bonifer, you always throw me off with that. Every time I'm like, wait, what is this? What is he saying? Speaking of Woof, did you get the thing? I did not. I totally forgot Walking Miracle. I got too busy, so I missed out. I was planning on doing that over the weekend, and then things took off. I failed. I failed this city. We're down to 4 now. I think Savage was the last one knocked out. That makes her 5th. She won't get the Woofy, but she does get a bug pack. Red Ranger? Yeah, I think we're all being judged. There goes Chucky. We're down to 3. Yeah, but I would have taken the free token nonetheless. I did it all for the Woofy. What? The Woofy. Yeah, I knew when I didn't make it a priority on Friday, but spending time with my wife was a priority, so I'm glad I did that. Over the weekend we had fun. Her dad was in town. We went to a concert Saturday and saw this is a guy I don't know much about, so give me a second. It'll come to me. But we went and saw a concert. God, I can't believe I already forgot it. I said his name probably 300 times over the weekend, and I just blanked. But anyway, we went and saw that concert. And then Sunday we had family football day, and we watched Watch the Browns lose. Watch the Seahawks win. We watch the Emmys. There we go. Oh, wait. Nikki from Droppp said something, but I think it was just an announcement of the winners. What's his name? Brown. Something Brown. Jackson Brown. We went and saw Jackson Brown. There we go. I know a couple of his songs that were like in movies in the 80s and stuff, but this guy's literally been performing since 1972. So, like, not my jam, but I enjoyed the show nonetheless. Oh, really, Nadu? So maybe I do have it. I thought you had to go link an account or something in advance. Funko Fan 34, first win. Congratulations. Going to get you that pack here in just a minute. You don't have Codename Kitty, so you don't get the 5 million wolf, but you didn't miss out on that much. We will start with you, and I'm going to send you a bug pack. So you play a little bit of Twitchy Tides. This was a new addition in there. The bug pack will have one bug in it. You can open it. Then you can keep that bug, or you can burn the bug for food to use in the game. Your call. There was a breed that you can use multiple of the bugs to get a new fish. That I think is completed, so you can no longer do that. But it's up to you. Or you can just list the bug pack. Oh, crap, ran this again. You could just list the bug pack over on Atomic Hub and sell it if you wanted to. It's your call. It's your call to do what you want. I forgot. I can't just use... Sorry. I can't just use freaking... Firefox. It won't do the thing. So I gotta give me a minute. Where did it go? Please say I didn't close the Twitchy Tides window that has the winners on it. Oh, this drives me nuts, man. Okay, good. We still have our winners. Funko Fan 34. I'm gonna send it to you on this other screen, but I am sending it. Okay, I made sure I have the right account. For some reason, I can't. There's certain things that for Firefox that won't work, but Firefox is a little easier on my system and does not seem to slow things down and crash it. Now, Atomic is doing its thing, but Firefox is not cooperating with it. It's very frustrating. All right, sending the bug pack to Funko Fan 34. Now we'll get Miss Fancy Cherry. I'm just doing it on this other screen, but anybody who wants to check the blockchain can see that I'm following through and doing exactly as I said, and I'm sending these bug packs. Miss Fancy Cherry, you're getting yours. Zach Bonifer. Sent. Chucky. I thought I muted that tab. I could have swore. I did. So where's that coming from? It's muted. Why do I hear the water sound? Oh, I muted the wrong tab. There we go. Finally. And Savage. I apologize for everyone who had to make an emergency trip to the restroom. That sound will do it. All right. Done. We finished it. Let's play another game. We'll do the same thing a second time. I'll get it back here so you guys can enter. There will be more bug breeds in the future, says Miss Fancy Cherry. Thank you for sharing. That's good. So you guys that get your bug packs, you may want to open them and just hold. You might just want to hold. Nadu said, wonder what the new owners of Atomic Hub, Dungeon Master, and the other things are going to bring to make them all better. Wait, did Atomic Hub and Dungeon Master change hands? I didn't even know this news. I've been busy all weekend and all day yesterday, so if that just happened, I missed it. You guys got a link for me or something we can read up on? I guess I could just Google it. Just got my Droppp Arcade token, and I don't want to redeem it just yet. Just keep staring at it. Hey, that's fair. It did sell. Okay. What about, wasn't NFT Hive trying to sell as well? Okay, Nadu. Thanks for the link. Tried to click on it. Where'd it go? Spin Tycoon. Check to see if your wallet got anything. found. So I am on there. So can I find out how much I got? Maybe on Nifty Blocks? Nice, Swarty. Hey, Swarty, what's up, man? Swarty sent me the nicest text over the weekend just to say, hey, man, if this is true and it's all closing down, thanks for everything you did. I really appreciate that, man. I still think it may not be completely shut down. I don't see anything new in here. So maybe, like somebody said, it's just in the Tycoon game. So I'll have to load up in there and find out. Like Uga said that. Yeah, I was looking to see Atomic Hub sale. Wombat Company sale? That's old. Spielworks. That's from 2023. News. No news. Where did somebody read that? Do you have a link? Oh, it's hearsay for now. Okay, well, that's a little different then. Now you have to wait till Spin Tycoon opens up and you can create an account in the game and then link your wallet. Okay, cool. Swarty says, hey, Sully, I'm sticking around regardless for more of your not financial advice. It makes collecting possible for me. Swarty, I don't think you were here earlier, but we did our second deep dive into Disney Pinnacle. Short story. I think it's the next thing I'm going to focus on, and you can get a free Disney enamel pen digital once a month just for being a Disney Plus subscriber. You can also buy more if you want, but they're doing that as a perk to get people onboarded. So if you have Disney Plus, you definitely go back and watch the VOD and get the info on how you can claim your free pen and look at some of the sales numbers. There's a lot of money out there with this thing. It's kind of crazy. Uga said, I thought Spin was going to be a Web3 game for earning, but it's not their plan to ever open that up that way. Oh, wow. Okay. I would have thought so too. Hearsay. All right, we're going to kick off our next game. Make sure you guys get in. We're going to give away packs to 1st through 5th place, the bug packs. And then if you have 1st place and you have Codename Kitty, you're going to get 5 million Woofy. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I did watch the Texans lose, kinda. I was at a golf tournament yesterday. I left the golf tournament after everything was said and done, and on the way home, I had to watch the occasionally see the score update, and I could catch maybe the last play in the Apple Sports app. I didn't get to watch the game at all. I got home like 10 minutes after it ended. I couldn't believe it. How are they going to beat the one Monday night game at 4 p.m. for the Texans all season, and that's the one day I'm out of the house? I couldn't believe it. But I'm kind of glad I wasn't here during the day for the end of Droppp Arcade because that was crazy what happened yesterday. I would have been nuts watching it. Kyle McLaughlin was not there, unfortunately, so I didn't get my pop sign, but I had pop in hand in a hard shell protector stacker with a brand new blue Posca. Or Posca, however you say it. I got a brand new pack, and I had a new blue in there. I was ready to go because you never know. But I did get to see Walter Jones, Hall of Famer from the Seattle Seahawks again. I got to see Sidney Rice, who used to be receiver for the Seahawks. Super nice guy, now runs a wine company. I got to see, there was another celebrity. Oh, Detlef Shrimp was there for you guys who are basketball fans from back in the day. And then I got to play in a group. We had 4 of us, me, Kelly, a couple of friends, Joey and Yvonne, and then we were paired with a celebrity. And it was the pitcher from the 80s and 90s who did pitch for a stint with the Seattle Seahawks, Bill Kruger. I still haven't looked up his stats, but he was a wonderful, nice guy. He's a podcaster now. So we talked about podcasting, and he was asking me about, he's like, I'm on X, and he's a little bit older guy, so I'm not making fun of him. He's like, I'm on X, and from there you can get to my Spotify, and you can hear my podcast. He goes, now I'm trying to figure out what to do with this podcast. He was a super nice guy. Zach Bonifer, I was like, are you going to sleep during my... You got me again. You keep getting me. I'm heading up to get my Lions football signed by rookie Isaac Tesla. He's been getting all the pub Fornhiss one-handed catches. What is that? What is pub Fornhiss? What? I don't even know what word to put in there. That's funny. Oh, good luck getting the autograph. I hope it works out. We're down to 5. These are our winners right here. Pub for his. Okay, I could not figure it out. Publicity. He's been getting all the publicity. You got to use text to speech or speech to text, bro. There goes P King and Funko Fan 34. We got 3 left in here. We do have a chance at 5 million Woofy. Shut up. You can use it now. It's in the world. We got our very own Shakespeare here in Cal Aird. Making up words. We're down to a 50-50 chance for somebody to get 5 million woof. 2 people left on the board, but our winners so far are Nashville Lou, Funko Fan 34, and P King. Let's see what happens. Who will be the next knocked out? Oh, it's not looking like a good trajectory for somebody, but they could skim by. They did. They just barely got by. Another case of Pitbullina? Not exactly. This was spell check gone wrong, but... Oh, and there goes Tech in second place. He would have been our 5 billion Woofy winner, but he's still a winner. He just won't get the Woofy. It's not all about the Woofy. All right, Miss Fancy Cherry, let's get you sorted first. Stop being such a pub formist. It's tricky to remember. It's tricky on the tongue. Okay. We got your bug pack first. Sent for Miss Fancy Cherry. It's out. Funko Addict Tech, you are next, my friend. Sent. Then we got Nashville Lou. Thanks for coming by, Nashville Lou. If you guys don't know, Nashville Lou, be sure you're following here on Twitch. Content creator, plays the Twitchy Tides. Go win on his stream. All right, there we go. Pack sent. Funko Fan 34 with another victory. You're welcome, Nashville Lou. Thank you for being here. Chuck said, did you know the name Wendy first appeared in Peter Pan? It never appeared in written material prior, so the author probably created the name. And it seems like such just a common name now, because we've heard it so many times in our life. That is nuts. I did not know that. That's a cool thing to learn. That reminds me as well, is today Alien Earth new episode day? Because that show is freaking amazing. And I can't wait to watch the next episode. I am so excited. And then we got Peacemaker tomorrow, I think. Like, we are... Embarrassment of riches. Embarrassment of riches. I stopped using my abilities. I wanted them to win. And look at you, Pikachu. Oh, it's so good. Gornographic, it's on FX. And it is a Alien series set. I believe... I want to look this up in the timeline. Hold on. Alien Earth... Alien... timeline. I think it's set before the original. It is set in 2021, which places it chronologically 2 years before the events of the original 1979 film Alien. Very cool. I was wondering how this all worked out. So in the scheme of things, Prometheus, Covenant, then Alien Earth, then Alien, Romulus, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. It is so well done. It is basically like a film spread out into multiple episodes. I love the Alien movies, and because of Alien Earth, I've basically gone back and rewatched them all in bits and pieces over the last month, except for Alien, the original. And I'll get to it too. I've been just jumping around. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I know the basic thing, but what I didn't know for sure is where Alien Earth sat in this timeline, and now we know. Very, very good show. Very good show. Let's see. Let's jump back out to just Twitchy Tides. I want to see. I think one of my breeds is almost done. So I'm gonna check my breeds there. Oh, Mortal Kombat, isn't it so good? You gonna watch it all? Oh, fun, Uga. Yeah, absolutely. The alien timeline is broken? Oh, really? How? You're going to Augusta, Georgia in the morning. Fun. Let's see. Oh, I can claim 2 of my 3 now. Okay, you guys get to be here for this. So I did one of the eggs. No, wait, I think this is for the bee. This is the booger eater, the lady bee bug, the bug and butterfly, the sucking skeeter, the light 'em up Liz, and the dragon sly. I'm gonna claim I should get the bee out of this breed. There we go. So let's go back to Atomic Hub and see my updated wallet. Problem solved is in Athens. Look at there. I don't know how the mint numbers on these work, if it's first come, first served on the breeds, or if it's randomized. I don't know. There's not a mint number already. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's calculating. Well, it says of 66 with a max of 75, so I think we'll get the next one in line. So it would have been good for me to grab that up as early as possible, but I got the Bumble's Bee, which cheapest one on the market right now is 299 wax, or about $6. So pretty cool to get the free bug packs that Pop Paragon sent out via the streamers, do the breed, and then get something that you can now play in game. It is a rare, so I can put it in the game and start earning from it. The other one I did was an egg that I put into play, and I could get one of a bunch of different possibilities. So it's completely random. I might get something real rare. It might not be so rare. So I'm going to claim that, see what we got, and then I'll be able to do some new breeds. Yeah, Mortal Wombats, I still am on the fence about, would I rather watch all of it at once or break it up week to week, because there's benefits to both. I do like the ability to have conversations with people. I don't know many people watching Alien Earth. I like the ability to have those conversations, though, in between, like the old days of watching Lost. I think that's so much fun. But it gives me time to digest and think about it, and maybe watch the podcast episodes that they've been putting out for it, stuff like that. Okay, I got back everything that I used in the breed, and I got a Waddles. I got another rare. So that's a pretty decent pull out of that breed. Got a Waddles. So then now that opens it up. I've got one breed going that I can claim in 7 days, and that's for one of the birds via an egg. So now if I want to, I can go to new breeds and see what I have and I'm eligible for. There were new egg ones. Is that these? The cyber egg? No, you definitely get smoked dog if you do these. Dig exclusive egg. Oh, this is the one I was thinking about. I don't know if I have any dig exclusive eggs. Let's see. I may have one more. Week to week is great if there's podcasts and YouTubes to watch between episodes. Yeah, right. Fun, isn't it? But then I also like, can I just sit down and watch the whole thing like a giant movie? I think that's fun too. It just depends on the show. Like, I thought it was interesting they released the new Office spinoff, The Paper, completely all at once. I really thought for sure NBC Peacock would have been like, oh, week to week, we're sticking with the model. We're old guys, we know. But they put it all out at once. I do have an egg, so I can put in there, and I might get Low Wing, Picasso, Juice Box, Prince Peep, Wing Fu, Flu Guy McCool, or Pickles. It's great. We're going to start a breed. All right, that's underway. And then I'm going to go back to new breed. I don't think I have any other eggs or anything I can do any breeds with, but I want to take advantage while I can to keep things going with the breeds. And then I'll need to go back in and put those new birds and fish I got into play. Make sure they're staked and I'm earning from them. I got it down now. I'm producing enough food. I never have to buy food anymore. And I'm already back up to 6,600 tied. So I can do what I want. I have enough tied to cover a lot of... Let's see, what does it say? Doesn't it tell me if I'm missing or have something? Let's see, do I have another dig egg? I might. Oh, I do. I had 2 dig eggs. Okay, I can do another one. because you got 3 breeding spots. So. Yeah, and the egg will be burnt in the process. I didn't read that last time, but now I know. Uh-oh. Oh, because it went away. It's now underway. So if I go to utility, active breeds, I should have 3 going again. Any questions on that? We haven't done much Twitchy Tides training or talk lately. I've been doing my daily stuff. Battle Bowls have been going up, not as regularly as I'd like, but if I miss a few days, I try to double up. There's a new one that starts at 5 today. Still giving away the trophy prizes every month. How can I tell how much does a bird produce? Can't seem to find that like the fish page, which I see how much each. Yeah, it's in the here. Hold on, let's wait till see if this comes up or when this comes up. I can open another tab. Yeah, you go to the staking tab. I'm pretty sure it's in there. Oh, a bird produce. Oh, maybe that's the okay. Bird inventory. Let's see. I think it shows in here, but I could be wrong. I'm making an assumption, and I shouldn't do that. Waiting for this to load. Waiting for both pages to load. I tell you, if I can't find the answer, the resources are Pop Paragon and Las Vegas Ape for sure. So catch one of their streams. Oh, Chucky, that's good to know. I forgot about that. I can upgrade the tank. Yeah. Here we go. There's the birds. Tide productions right underneath each one. 0.036 per hour, 0.016 per hour, 0.036 per hour, 0.016 per hour. It's right below each one. Each one has a card that shows you the hourly and the amount per day that factors out to be. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I got 3 breeds going again, so I'll have more in 12 days and change. Yeah, don't forget about those battle bowls. They're underway. Don't forget about tide staking. That's really paid off for me. I've been claiming a lot of food because of it. And then that food now I can go to feed my fish. Look at this. I'm sitting on a balance. This is surplus. I just fed all my fish today. And I'm getting all this because I've got plants. I've got tide staking. So I don't have to buy food anymore. There's no reason. In fact, I'll start to have quite a surplus. But I'm basically wanting to get to that point, so now I can just stockpile tide as much as I want and use that for blends and breeds and whatever else. Let's see if there's any blends I need to do. Oh, cool, a mask one. Is that mask? Feathero Loco? That's hilarious. Whoa, nice going, Miss Fancy Cherry. There's the Walter Warlock, Cotton Candy. Oh, that's a great name. I like him, though. It is mask? Nice. Oh, yeah. I need some tough ones here that I have not even started to get. But just like before, if I want this, I need to figure out how to get Thunder Chicken. So we go back. We see how we get Thunder Chicken. Series 1 birds earn the equivalent of Series 2 fish. Pretty good deal. Oh, nice. I'm glad I have a bunch. So are the packs for Series 1 going for a premium on the secondary market then? I would take it. Oh, maybe all those come from packs. The Thunder Chicken. I was wondering. I thought it might be here in the blends or the breeds, but it's not. I'd have to do some research. I don't have time to deal with it right now, but all right, it is 2. Don't forget your free NFT. Come back here in case anybody just came in. There we go, Miss Fancy. Miss Fancy Cherry's become quite the pro on this. I think you kind of always were, but look at that. Thank you for answering questions for me. Don't forget to get your free NFT. Let's take a look at it again. I tried to do this all in Illustrator, but I ended up having to design some in Illustrator and then take it out to Procreate to get some of these little nuanced details like around the edges that look like those letters are spiking off. I think it came out pretty good. I haven't watched the original Spinal Tap in many, many years, but I want to. I might fire it up this week and then I'll catch the sequel when it hits streaming probably. Announcement from Pop Paragon on Tide's Discord. All 1.1 packs are now 25% off until the end of the series. 3 weeks. Nice. I did see something about that pop up earlier. That's right. FX streams on Hulu. On Hulu, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, Gordon Graff. If you have cable, sometimes that will get you those other things. But I know for a fact FX is on Hulu. Uh-oh. Don't have Hulu? Don't have access to Hulu? I heard, and I've heard it from multiple sources here, that downloading of TV and movies has hit high again because of all the streaming services. I called this. If you go back to a Nerd Foo podcast from like 2014, when we first heard about, like, Netflix was out and other companies were talking about starting a streaming service, I was like, it's going to get too complicated and we're going to be right back where we started. And we have exceeded that, because now you have cable and you have Paramount and you have Disney and you have Netflix and you have Hulu and you keep going. So many, Peacock and Disney Plus. We have so many, and if you get them all, even if you don't have cable, you're going to pay more than you were for cable before. It's gotten too expensive. So now people are back to stealing the content. Oh, Stick is hilarious. Corner Grab. We watched the whole thing. Love it. Fantastic series. I read it's getting a season 2. Very excited about that. But Apple has so many great shows. You got The Studio with Seth Rogen that just won a bunch of awards. You, of course, got Ted Lasso. You've got Stick. You got Shrinking. You got, man, there's so many shows on there I love. Like, Apple rarely misses. They do such a great job. Well, Gorner Graphic, I put on shows while I work on art or sending NFTs, stuff like that. My wife and I, kind of our daily thing is at the end of the day, we watch a half-hour show or maybe an hour-long show, one a day. Yeah, I don't have a lot of free time, but I wiggle it in where I can, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm a busy dude, but yeah, I had a great day yesterday at the golf tournament. We raised some money for several local charities. That was a lot of fun to go to, and now it's time to turn our focus to Extra Life. So yeah, see, that's the problem, Gordon Graphic. Like Kelly, my wife, likes the some of the reality TV shows, not many, but she likes ones like Love is Blind, which I would never have watched in a million years by myself, but I found myself really liking it because it was more authentic than, at least I think so, than most of these reality shows. They do mess with you in the editing. Some of the times the stuff they do is very, I can tell, like, oh, you set that up, so we felt a certain way. But I ended up liking it, and we're good. We'll watch a TV show she likes during the week. We watch movies I like on the weekend. She loves movies, so we find enough common ground. So yesterday in this golf tournament that I played in, our original celebrity that was supposed to play with us was Kwame from one of the other seasons of Love is Blind. He lives up here in Seattle with his wife. It was the first first Love is Blind I watched, and he was supposed to be our partner on our team. And then he unfortunately had to back out last second. So we got Mr. Bill Kruger instead, which was a pleasure. I enjoyed speaking with him a lot. Let's see. Bill Kruger. That is him. I guarantee I had some of his cards. This is the guy I played golf with yesterday. He ended up being an announcer for 25 years for Root Sports up here. It's much thinner than this in person. Yeah, he looked more like this. Yeah, and he's got a podcast now. If anybody's a baseball fan and you were back in the 80s and 90s, on Twitter I'll share this. I haven't listened to an episode yet. I mean, for all I don't know what this guy's about, other than he seemed really nice yesterday. His name on here is oldschool_MLB. Yeah, I followed him yesterday. I'm going to check out his podcast and see if I can do anything to help him out. But he's like, I'm on X. I'm going to learn it. I want to know more about it. And I was like, man, I will hit you up and I'll share what I can to help you. Dan Asker, baby! Yes, absolutely. I've been thinking about that myself. We're going to be leading into Extra Lifetime, which I think is where I was last year, and I said I'd get with you after. But we're going to be leading into that soon, but I will have some time over the next month, so maybe we can schedule some time to chat. And I would love to figure out what that is. I'd love to hear. I'd love to see how we can work it in. I'd love to see how we might be able to make some money for charity from it. That would be great. That would be amazing. What else? I think I'm going to close out the stream without playing any games today, but I wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's right. Chewy Hawk might know. Might know him. I'll have to tell him. Any questions, any thoughts on Droppp Arcade, Disney Pinnacle, Twitchy Tides, whatever? If not, I'll be live tomorrow evening on Whatnot again. I would really appreciate you guys' support. My numbers have been slipping, and that's unfortunately not good for me. It means less people in there bidding on stuff. It means less people watching, which shows to less people, which diminishes it more. So, you know, for me and Funko Photo Lady, Darth Wacko, anybody who's going to be selling stuff on Whatnot, if you guys could even just open it up and have your eyeballs there, just have the app open. You don't even have to have your eyeballs on it. That would greatly help us. There you go, Dan Asker. Yeah, we're getting there. That would be very, very helpful, man. Like, yeah, I want to chat with Pop Paragon soon, too, and figure out not only what can we do with Twitchy Tides, if anything, if he's still on board to do that, but also with our Sully, our I'm sorry, Codename Kitty from last year. I would love to be able to somehow provide utility to those folks to get something special for having it still or purchasing it. Yes, per problem solved. CS Sully also on Whatnot, but I believe we can just do exclamation point Whatnot in the chat. There it is. There's a link. Yeah. If you go in, I don't know if you're familiar with Whatnot or not, but if you just go in and you go to my shows tab, you'll see the next two. You hit the bookmark. You'll get a push notification if you've allowed those as soon as I go live. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have a Harry Potter Part 2. I've got some very good exclusives. I've got some VYNLs. I've got some 5-star. I've got some other things you may not have seen before. And I'm going to figure out how to give these little gems away. I got a bunch of little Harry Potter characters called Hero World that Funko put out for a very short amount of time. I got a bunch of different ones I'd love to just give away with the other stuff. I got to figure out the best way to do that. And then Thursday, I don't know what we're going to get into, but we need a Miss Codename Kitty. That's a good idea. I like that, Misty. I'll have to get Pop Paragon and see if we can make that happen. That'd be fun. Once again, I'll ask this too, because I never know who's here. I ask this all the time, but we're getting into that point where I'm about to start sending out emails, probably this week, to companies to see if they'll participate again with us for Extra Life this year. What I'm looking for is if you have a connection to a company where you can send an email or call somebody or text them or whatever. We're looking for, from each company, a couple, 3 items of larger value, $50, $100, that kind of thing, or up, of course. But if you know somebody that works at Microsoft, or you know somebody that knows somebody that works at Funko or Thrilljoy or whatever, those are bad examples, but other companies that are in pop culture or gaming or film or TV or whatever, and you can get them to donate anything at all, that'd be great. We will put their name on the stream for the whole time for everybody that's streaming on the team. We will talk about them. We'll put some stuff in auctions. We'll get people to follow them. We'll do everything we can to promote the fact that they're helping us, and they'll get that in return. And then we're not going to benefit personally off of it. We're going to auction or give away for the purpose of increasing bids. That'd be dope, Funko Photo. That'd be awesome. I've tried to get Reese O'Brien to work with us over the years, but honestly, I don't think he's a fan of mine. So that's just a bummer. So I haven't been able to get him to do anything, but I love his Tiny Ghost. That would be so awesome. That Demon Slayer anime movie did a bit of dent on its first week at the box. Oh, that's cool, Nadu. That's cool. Yeah, but if you know somebody, like, reach out. There's no harm in going, hey, we're doing this thing to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. If there's anything you can do, or if you're interested to hear more, let me know, and I can get you the email. I'm going to update our one-sheeter that has pictures of some of us and data on how much we've raised over the years and what we've done. I think it goes a long way in showing people, like, hey, the team is legit, and this will be their 6th year. This is not some fly-by-night thing. Matter of fact, let me look it up real quick, see if I can show you guys while we're here on stream. I don't know if I showed everybody last year or not, but that allows us to, it's like a resume. So when you go, hey, will you give us some stuff? They're like, this is just some scam to get free crap. Yeah, I saw that, Tech. That's amazing. Hopefully we're getting into the booth. We'll see. Let me see if I can find this thing from last year. 1 second. Oh, I may need an authentication code. I do. Somebody just followed. Thank you for the follow. If you missed our conversation earlier on Droppp and Disney Pinnacle, which I just noticed the other day, Droppp was the logo was the DP, and now Disney Pinnacle is DP. How funny is that? How funny is that? This is Dropbox. Where are you, Dropbox? I need the code. There it is. Love two-factor authentication. Don't quote me, but I believe the gold one is going to be only available at the VF booth. It didn't say that on the Funko one-sheeter they put out. It said it was Funko booth only, but... Tech. I'll help a booth set up if it'll help, man. I'll get in there. I'll be there, man. Extra 5 a.m. No biggie at all. No biggie. Extra life. Let me see if I can find. I think I made a PDF. There wouldn't be many PDFs. I did not. That was a lie. Well, here's an earlier version. We ended up updating this with more about the team and made it look a lot nicer. But here was the idea, and that is like a resume that says, "Hey, what's extra or what's Nerd Unite for Extra Life all about?" Shows how we've done this for 4 years and counting. So of course there's an updated one. I'll have to find how much money we've raised, companies we've worked with, who's on the team, what my following is, all that stuff. Like, I have an updated version I'll have to find, but we can provide that to go to anybody in case you want to. Hopefully that helps with the conversation. I can carry a table. I got you. Tech, I can hold the other end of that table. It takes two. Don't be giving it away by carrying it in yourself. That'll get you in trouble with the what you call it, the guys that move everything in that are part of a union, the loaders and the unloaders of the union. I've heard some crazy stories about that stuff. One of the maybe I shouldn't tell the story. I don't know if he does the booths anymore. But one of the guys that used to do the booth for New York Comic Con for Funko, he was the head guy, right? And they would assemble everything, bring it in themselves, running their own electricity and everything, but they weren't supposed to. So they were supposed to get somebody from the union to go and help with that stuff, but he didn't have time to wait on them, and nor did he want to pay their exorbitant fees. So he just had to carry a wad of cash. And if somebody came up and were like, hey, you can't be doing your own electricity work, he'd be like, here's a couple $100, walk away. And they would. Shep, I can confirm the gold Jolly Jacko is supposed to be a V-Friends booth exclusive apart from Funko's booth. First come, first serve basis for that. Okay, hey, Tech, that's where we're going first. That's where we're going. Facts. I seen the IKEA instructions, always 2 to carry. There you go. Right, Priscilla? We know, we're on it. I'm gonna be there. I get in Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, I'm gonna be there crack of dawn. I'll get up early. I'll still be on Seattle time, so it's gonna throw me all kinds of off, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna make the most of those days. Me and Tech are hitting that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Shep. I'm excited, man. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Tell Gary. Tell Gary we got it. If he said y'all said he says hi to everybody, we're gonna get to talk to him anyway. But I would love to get him to sign that pop. I would love to get that pop at the booth and have him sign it. That'd be dope. Sully's favorite store. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop. Don't go there. Don't go there. Okay, gang. I don't see any other questions, but again, think on that extra life stuff. If you know somebody who knows somebody, get the questions out there. Ask them. See what we can do. See what we can do. See if we can make it happen. We're gonna get some great prizes to give away and to auction off and all that stuff. So, absolutely, Shep. I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna find somebody to raid over. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna eat a late lunch. I'm excited about that. I am very, very hungry. Let's go find a Twitch. Come on, computer. Hold on. I'll be back tomorrow. Whatnot Thursday. Whatnot Friday. Back here. Friday, we'll have another Disney Pinnacle opportunity for the market to be open. Welsh Dan is live. Always a great person to raid over to. Let's see if there's anybody else. Poppin' Stock's got his channel going still. Still an opportunity to get some freebies. Oh, Bob Duck and Weave is live. He raided us last week. Love this guy. Let's raid over to him. He's a sweetheart. Very talented graphic artist. And he's worked for several big companies now. I don't know who he's with now. But he's streaming with somebody else. They've got quite a few viewers right now, but let's see if we can get him some more via you guys. First all, let's add points. All 100 to everybody. Don't forget, last chance to get your free NFT. Make sure you fill out the form. If you got the link, at least fill it out in the next like 10 minutes. You're good to go, but I'll get those sent out, and then no mas. You can't get it anymore for free. All right, we're gonna raid over to Bob Duck and Weave. Please take an opportunity to drop in, see what he's about, maybe give him a follow, say hello, use your hashtag SullyRaid. Thank you guys for being here. Go share why you love Droppp, your favorite pops, your favorite pack opening experience, something. Hashtag don't drop Droppp. Oh, thank you, Savage. The shirt. Yeah, it's time. Thank you. The Y2K thing from Taco Bell. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to open the app so I don't forget Taco Bell. Never thought I'd use the Taco Bell app. Crazy. Thank you for the heads up, Savage. All right. Remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay, and above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite. Go have fun with Mr. Bob Duck and Weave. Hashtag SullyRaid when we get in there.